this morning. Robert Towne, Oscar-winning screenplay writer of Shampoo, The Last Detail, and other acclaimed films, whose work on Chinatown became a model of the art form and helped define the jaded allure of his native Los Angeles, has died. He was 89 years old. A nice long life.
I'm a huge fan. He and Jack Nicholson, he would tell the story about he and Jack Nicholson were taking acting lessons, and Robert Towne was the guy who was the good-looking guy, and they thought he's going to be the one who's going to gravitate towards acting. Nicholson's going to gravitate towards writing, and then they flipped, and then they were friends forever.
Towne died Monday, surrounded by his family at his home in Los Angeles. Through his friendships with two of the biggest stars of the 1960s, as Steve had said, Jack Nicholson, but also Warren Beatty. He wrote co-wrote some of the signature films of an era when artists held an unusual level of creative control. A rare auteur among screenwriters, Towne managed to bring a highly personal and influential vision of Los Angeles onto the screen. Recognizable around Hollywood for his high forehead and full beard, Towne won an Academy Award for Chinatown and was nominated 3 other times for The Last Detail, Shampoo, and Greystoke. And in 1997, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Writers Guild of America.
He also wrote the screenplay to a movie that not many people have seen that I contend is one of the great, great movies. It's The Last Detail with Jack Nicholson. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it is terrific. The director Hal Ashby, who died too early, but only directed a handful of films. It's an amazing film.
Yeah, my dad, Steve, made me go back and requested I go back and watch Chinatown and Last Detail because he loves Jack and Robert Towne so much.
Towne's success came after a long stretch of working in television, including The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and The Lloyd Bridges Show. As Beatty had worked on Bonnie and Clyde, he brought in Towne for revisions on the script and had him on the set while the movie was filmed in Texas. He also helped out on The Godfather, The Parallax View, and Heaven Can Wait, among others, Days of Thunder, The Firm, Mission Impossible. I was just watching The Firm yesterday. Yeah. But a long and celebrated career, 89 years old, Robert Towne. Suki Waterhouse has opened up about her 2015 split from Bradley Cooper. Speaking on the British version of Vogue, the actress revealed that dealing with her breakup took a heavy toll on her and took a lot of work to get over. She said, when something very public happens to you and the story behind it is dark and difficult, and you're actually not doing well, and you can't explain yourself to the world, that's very isolating and disorienting.
You remember when that went down, because obviously we have a very close personal friendship with Bradley Cooper, and he turned to us because he was going through a lot of anxiety, and we were able to help him through that. Sometimes you have to see the forest for the trees.
But it's interesting. We never have really heard much about that breakup. It just kind of fizzled out, and there wasn't too much to it. She said, it probably has taken a decade to work myself out and actually be able to have this expansion in my life. So she's kind of just getting over it.
Man.
Waterhouse and Cooper got together in 2013 and split 2 years later in 2015.
I don't think I ever had, any breakup I've had in my life, it's been my perception that the person I broke up with was over it within about a day. I don't think I ever made that much of an impact.
Despite both of them moving on to new relationships, the actress shares that as far as she's concerned, you're always going to keep a part of that relationship with you. She said, I think it always stays with you, and I wouldn't take anything back, she says.
It's beautiful, man.
Nikki Glazer, who we just had on last week, her mom, Julie Glazer, has issued an apology to Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
This comes after they called her gross for getting, according to them at the time, a little too close to Travis Kelce during a recent Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, well, she was like, she just wouldn't let go of him. She kind of was like holding him and wouldn't let him step back. So, yeah, I guess she was a little close.
Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
No, they said it was gross. They called her gross.
It wasn't gross.
Yeah, she said, Julie said, I probably should have said something different than the word gross, she said on social media. But she still sticks by her gun, saying that she still wasn't a fan of how touchy Julia got.
Do you agree with that, Kathy?
She was like,
Was it weird?
She put her, no, she was very excited to talk to him and see him, is what it looked like, right? And so she put her hands kind of on his like upper arm, maybe shoulder
Was she moving
area.
her crotch up to his face?
No, but it looked like she was like she was holding him in this conversation.
Okay.
Like but it was very friendly. She was laughing. She was obviously telling him something that she was happy about. It was definitely not gross, but I could see maybe it was like a little awkward that he may have wanted to take like one step back.
It could be awkward. Have you ever known people who do that when you shake hands with a guy and he tries that power play
And
where they pull you in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But this is Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
okay.
She could, yeah, exactly. Hang on as long as you want. And I'm not like a giant lover of Julia Roberts, thinking that she's so gorgeous that I would like having her hands all over me. But she's one of the most famous people in the world. I'm all right with her hanging all over me.
Yeah.
Richard Gere for me. If we're talking pretty woman cast.
I do have a trick though when people try to do that, the
pull in?
the pull
Yeah.
in, and also just like close talkers.
Right. What do you do?
Well,
You fart?
I turn around and I
good
bend
idea.
over.
You turn around what?
Nothing. No.
Turn around and bend over?
Say it again. But
Well, I like the fart idea. If that doesn't get somebody to back away, then there's something wrong with that person.
So good to see you, Kathy. I'm going to go get a drink.
No, it's the way I position my
face.
It's the way I position my body and my leg and my foot. And if they were to try to take another step, they would trip over my
I know
foot.
what you're saying. Yeah.
One of my favorite things to see is when Gary Lauer tries to lean in and give you a kiss, Kathy. It's so
Oh
damn
my
funny.
God. Do you know what it's like? It's like Cousin Eddie leaning in to Beverly D'Angelo. It's the same move.
thing.
Yeah.
It is hilarious.
You know what?
It's like
Gary, though.
it's like this.
Well, yeah, but Gary knows now, and he's like, I'm not gonna kiss you. I'm not gonna kiss you. I'm not gonna kiss you. And he'll ask, can I give you a hug? I'm like, all right, yeah, come on.
It's sweet.
Oh my God. He doesn't lean in.
I want to kiss you.
Yeah, don't you remember?
Let me pull that out of your hair.
I think it was here in the studio. He was like coming in hot, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, we're not going to do this." And I gave him like the top of my head. He kissed the top of my head.
You're a good girl.
Kiss my hair.
You got a kiss for daddy?
Kathy, I was the one who put an end to it. I was like, Gary, you can't do that. Like that is in like
He
she
does
does.
ask.
Yeah.
So, Julie Glazer, by the way, speaking of the word gross, she said, it's not a nice word. I didn't realize, and I'm issuing an apology right now for using the word gross.
I apologize.
But I think that it was really weird, she said. So, yep. All right. So, like Kathy said, she is getting close and touchy and everything. But it's Julia Roberts, so come on. Brit singer and wife to David Harbour, Lily Allen, and Kathy, listen up.
Okay.
Has joined the OnlyFans crowd, and for around $10 a month, you can get some steamy pictures of her feet.
Her feet, Kathy.
Damn it.
I saw this. And
What am I doing?
I've
I know.
occasionally seen your feet. There's no. Well, we had our intern who has had the foot fetish.
Oh, my
Michael.
God.
So this follows a discussion on the Miss Me podcast about her 5-star rating on WikiFeet, saying at the time that she was told by her pedicurist her feet could make a killing online. It appears that she took that suggestion seriously, as her OF page, OnlyFans page, already has a dozen pics of her feet, and the bio says just here for the shoes.
Wait,
So,
and who is this?
Lily Allen.
Lily Allen?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, okay.
who is David Harbour's wife and a singer.
Yeah, I was talking about OnlyFans last night with my fiance because we were just talking about ways to make a little bit more money, and I was like, "Yeah, what about feet pictures on OnlyFans?" And her counterpoint was, "It is still a lot of work. Like you have to get people to pay, you have to get people to sign up for it, you have to actively make sure your feet look okay." So I'm sure Lily Allen probably has a platform in order to make a little bit of cash doing it, but it's a lot of work still.
She does have dollish kind of
features,
very pristine feet. Yes,
weekly pedicures.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, just a little, idea there for you, Kath.
All right, thanks.
Katy Perry might not be the only judge leaving American Idol. In a new interview with Billboard, Luke Bryan hints that he might not be back next season, and Lionel Richie as well.
You're just gutting me now.
He said it's been something Disney's been really tight-lipped about with me and Lionel. We currently haven't heard what the story is on who's coming back and if Lionel and I are coming back. He said, I think Disney is just trying to figure out what they want to do, and we're just kind of sitting back and waiting until they decide. While speaking with Entertainment Tonight, the singer revealed who could potentially replace Katy Perry next season. And he said there's a lot of names getting thrown around, from Pink to Miley Cyrus to Meghan Trainor. Katy's a tough one to replace, he
So
said.
with American Idol, any ideas to, is it just one of those things where it draws enough that it'll kind of be there in perpetuity? Or do you ever foresee a time when they cancel American Idol? In other words, does it just kind of, is it like filling a spot?
Yeah,
doesn't cost that much to produce.
It's a good question. I'm out of I've been out of the game since season 1.
I don't know what kind of impact it has.
I don't really know as far as what kind of numbers it draws, but apparently it's still doing just fine.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they don't create the idols that we had dreamed that they would. But still, a lot of people love that show and that format.
Ryan Seacrest is now, he's going to come back with the Wheel of Fortune. He's got that gig.
I mean, listen, it can go away, but it'll come back in like 1,000 other forms.
Right.
Like the American Idol is
it's like Hydra.
The Voice, and The Voice is The Masked Singer, and this is all Star Search. They need to bring back Star Search. Yeah, That's what I would.
To me, the only legitimate one is I Can See Your Voice. Yeah. That's the one that really is impressive.
All right, listen to this. Journalists, archivists, and the general public cried out when Paramount Global deleted years and years of content related to Comedy Central, MTV News, TV Land, and CMT, seemingly without warning. But there seems to be at least one good piece of news that content related to MTV News has apparently been saved. Internet Archive has put together an archive of over 460,000 pages related to MTV News, accessible on their Wayback Machine.
I think I'd want to see some of that.
Paramount Global says that nothing has been deleted, though it's inaccessible for people currently, and they're looking for an efficient way to make it available this coming as the company looks at cutting costs. So I had no idea that there was a level of interest for archived MTV, Comedy Central, TV Land, and CMT.
Everything becomes nostalgic at a point. And I guess when people, like if you go searching, we were talking about, we were talking with Bill Bellamy about the, the Beach House, MTV Beach House and all the, you really can't find a lot of footage of that stuff.
Marissa?
Yeah, reading those news stories is like looking up a newspaper. Like when you were reading, if you were doing an article or doing what's that word that you do in school? A project?
A project,
yeah.
And also, Preston, they deleted all of the clips. So like on Comedy Central, like they would have clips of South Park or Workaholics or any of those original shows. They're all gone.
Wow. Okay.
Why would you do that?
MTV News digital group founder Michael Alex shared in a Facebook post that it's a huge loss and a waste of something extremely valuable to anyone who cares about the history of great music.
He said the exact quote, anything else would be a waste of time.
He described the Internet Archives collection as incomplete but very impressive.
That would be a waste of time.
Beetlejuice is set to open in Venice at the Venice Film Festival. And it's going to be the opening flick to be shown. The sequel to the classic 1988 comedy will kick the big event off on August 28th. Tim Burton said in a statement, "I'm very excited about this. It means a lot to me to have the world premiere of this film at the Venice Film Festival." And he also was celebrating the upcoming premiere, saying that we are proud to host, the festival did, we are proud to host the world premiere of work that features a surprising swing of creative imagination and driving hallucinatory rhythm. Beetlejuice will star, of course, Michael Keaton, Catherine O'Hara, Jenna Ortega, Monica Bellucci, Winona Ryder, and more, and will be out on September 6th.
I'm kind of looking forward to this.
I'm very much looking forward
and apparently, Tim Burton wanted to stick with sort of the same practical effects that they used in the original.
Yeah, I wonder if there's got to be some claymation as a throwback,
that's what
right?
He does, yeah.
So that'll be fun. The third movie in the Now You See Me 3 franchise is officially opening out next year. I guess it will
like
be
those two movies, yeah.
Yeah, the Magician-focused movie will hit theaters on November 14th of 2025. The first two movies in the franchise follow the Four Horsemen, illusionists that use their skills to steal big scores. And speaking of big scores, they have so far grossed $687 million worldwide. So Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Isla Fisher, Dave Franco, and Morgan Freeman are set to return. So Isla was not in the second movie, right? They had who was the brunette gal?
Oh, the one who was in
Cloverfield,
Mean Girls. As well, yeah.
Was she in Mean Girls?
Yeah, she's the one who convinces Lindsay Lohan to go after the the caddy girl.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah, Lizzie Kaplan.
So new faces joining the third entry in the franchise include Justice Smith, Dominic Sessa, Ariana Greenblatt, and Rosamund Pike.
So in that
will also be in that.
second movie, Preston, where they explain they're in a room under complete observation and they explain how they do this. It's so elaborate. And I mean,
they're tossing this card to each other.
Which is like every move is a 1 in a trillion shot of landing it. I'm along for the ride because they've done enough. But if they keep it in the realm of
don't go way over the top because that was ridiculous. They were flipping this card back and forth. There were these guards there, and they needed to hide it from them, and they were doing these bizarre flips and catches, and it was impossible.
There's no way.
It was pretty cool to see, but you're right. If they were ratchet that back like 10%,
they're golden.
Yeah. So this movie is apparently like The Purge, but with $1 billion and some laughs thrown in. John Cena and Awkwafina star in the upcoming film called Jackpot for Prime Video. So listen to the premise of this. In the not too distant future, California's lottery includes a twist. If you manage to kill the lottery winner before sundown the day they win, you get the money.
Okay.
All right.
I like this. So you as the winner have to stay alive for a day.
Yes. Awkwafina stars as a struggling actress who hits the jackpot, and Cena is a man who hires out to protect lottery winners from the masses of a cut of the prize money. It's actually a pretty good concept because if you think about that, if you win, you quickly have to hire a group of people to protect you.
Yeah.
And those people will maybe want like half of your winnings or something along those lines. So it's actually an interesting concept.
And Paul Feig's the director.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So the film also stars Simu Lee, Aidan Maeri, Machine Gun Kelly, Donald Elise Watkins, Sam Ashgari, and Murray Hill. And it will hit Prime Video on August 13th. And there's a trailer out if you want to see that.
Can I play something for you? Because John Cena showed up somewhere that I just didn't expect him to. And I'm watching this show, and there was this 17-second exchange of dialogue between his character and two other characters. And I thought it was the funniest thing. I want you to hear this, Press.
Go ahead.
You did not.
I did.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're being a bitch.
No, I'm not. Neil. Ted. Neil. Ted. Yeah. Well. Why? Yeah. No. Well. Ted. Ted. Me. Yeah. Yeah. Well. No. Well. I did. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. Absolutely not. Might have. You could never. Did you? I never thought of it. You pooped in Dad's bathroom?
What are they talking about?
It is the bear. And John Cena shows up as one of Oliver Platt's sort of, less than legal helpers. Yeah. And there was apparently some sort of interaction with the guy with the tattoos all over his neck who we just love.
He's hilarious.
The handyman.
Fact.
And right.
Fact,
and so they're going back and forth, and it is apparently there was a password to some stuff that was stolen, and he wanted to get it back.
SD cards.
SD cards, that was it. But the exchanges are fast and furious. I'm like, is this going to suck that John Cena, someone I know, is in this environment? And he was great. He was terrific.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
So I will get to that soon. Jeremy Irons has joined the morning show for its upcoming fourth season. Yeah, he'll be playing the father of Alex Levy, played by Jennifer Aniston. He joins an already stacked cast in addition to Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Billy Crudup, Mark Duplass.
He should be playing
Greta
Alfred.
Lee, John Hamm, and more head up that show. What now?
He should be playing Alfred, was my take on it.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's not to mention the fact that Marion Cotillard previously joined the show for season 4 as well. So they keep getting some big names. And Steve, you mentioned Richard Gere earlier.
Yes.
He has joined the cast of the new series The Agency. Paramount Plus with Showtime announced in a press release Monday that Gere will star in the upcoming spy political thriller. He joins previously announced stars Michael Fassbender and Jeffrey Wright, so that's big names.
Yeah, those are good.
The Agency is based on the French drama The Bureau. The show follows Martian, Martian. Yeah.
That's right.
I don't have my pitch up. God damn it.
Who's Fassbender?
Marsha.
A covert CIA agent who is ordered to abandon his undercover life and return to London station. And Gere will play a guy named Bosco.
Oh, which is a great chocolate drink.
Yes. It's spelled Bosko, though.
It's also the dog's
This is
name.
Quick and Bosco and, our department head Ovaltine.
Mm-hmm. The London station chief with a storied past after serving as an 8-year-old undercover agent. And yes, Casey was the name of the dog in One Crazy Summer.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, Gere's in a new movie, Kathy, that looks really good. He is, I saw the trailer for it, where his son apparently had an affair with a teacher, and he gets involved in this thing, and it leads to all sorts of issues of binging. What was the movie with Ed Norton? Fear No Week? Was it
just Fear? Wasn't it?
Fear?
Yeah, the Fear is of Mark Wahlberg. You're thinking of not? Is it Malice or is it?
It could be Malice. Yeah, that has that same kind of vibe.
Fear's in the title.
Fear.
Well, Richard Gere was so he's been at film festivals,
Primal
I guess,
Fear.
because of Primal Fear.
Thank you.
I guess because of this movie.
This movie,
And
yeah.
People, I've gotten a picture of him. It's a picture of him and his wife. I guess just because he looks good. I don't know,
Yeah,
but so many people have sent me this picture.
Because they know you're a fan. Yeah.
Last bit of news, and then we'll move on to movies. To this day, Christopher Reeve is the actor most associated with the role of Superman, having portrayed him in the first 4 Superman films. And James Gunn is honoring that legacy with his upcoming movie version of the comic book hero. He's given a cameo in the new film to Reeves' youngest son, journalist and ABC News correspondent Will Reeve, who will be playing a TV reporter. David Cornswet will now inhabits the blue and red tights in the character's latest revival, written and directed by Gunn, and that film will arrive in theaters on July 11th of next year.
We got to get Cornsweat on because he is a local guy. He's from Philly.
Oh, is it?
That's the word, yeah.
All right. So we got movies that are opening. Actually, Casey, I'm sorry. Since it's a holiday, we are leaving.
Yes.
Today's our last day before going to the holiday weekend. We do have some new movies that are hitting theaters, so we wanted to hit those. All right, we got Despicable Me 4 opening up, an animated comedy adventure starring Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, Will Ferrell, and others. Gru, the world's favorite supervillain turned anti-villain league agent, returns for an exciting, bold new era of Minions mayhem. And this time, Gru and family face a new nemesis in Maxime Lemal and his femme fatale girlfriend, Valentina, forcing the gang to go on the run. Hour and 35 minutes long, rated PG, wide theater release. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 55%.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, which is not that great. Also opening is Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. Action comedy, crime, starring Eddie Murphy, Taylor Page, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and others. Detective Alex Foley is back on the beat in Beverly Hills after his daughter's life is threatened. She and Foley team up with a new partner and old pals Billy Rosewood and John Taggart to turn up the heat and uncover a conspiracy. It's an hour and 55 minutes long. It's rated R. It's a wide theater release and Rotten Tomatoes score at 68%. And then finally, Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot. We just spoke to Elizabeth Mitchell, who is in this film. It's a drama based on a true story. She was on yesterday. Nika King and Demetrius Gross also star. Inspired by the powerful true story, Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot, follows Donna and Reverend Martin as they ignite a fire in the hearts of their rural church to embrace kids in the foster system that nobody else would take by doing the impossible. Adopting 77 children, this East Texas community proved that with real, determined love, the battle for America's most vulnerable can be won. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes long, rated PG-13, wide theater release, Rotten Tomatoes score 100%.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it looks pretty incredible. All right, and now we have a couple of clips to play. In the gripping legal thriller, Presumed Innocent, a prosecutor becomes a prime suspect in his colleague's murder. Here, Jake Gyllenhaal reveals that the ending was a surprise to him, too.
We weren't so sure what was going to be happening, right? We were learning as we went as well, like the same thing with the audience. So you're arguing for the moment. Most often when you're acting, like you already kind of know what's going to happen. We didn't know. So that was interesting. It was like you were coming to a trial, like every day. There was a reality to it.
Shut the up!
A new episode of Presumed Innocent airs tonight. That's on Apple TV+.
Yeah.
Here's the next clip. Getting Beverly Hills Cop Axel F to screens is a story of development hell. And in this clip, Eddie Murphy shares details of this unexpectedly long process.
took 15 years to get the right script. And once we had the right script, it was like, okay, now let's do this. I still kind of resemble Axel Foley. So let's get this and make this movie.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is available streaming today on Netflix. So there you go. If you want to see it, you can grab it. And that is what we have in the entertainment report this morning for you.
Yes.
Secret text word. Make sure you enter the word or text word secret to 39333. We have tickets to see Andrew Santino, the Freeze Peach Tour, which is going to be Friday, January 24th at the Met. So we have that going on. We also will, by 8-ish, a little after 8, we'll have the 2 finalists for the Jersey Shore 64 to announce.
The way that it has ended up evolving and the 4 finalists is so interesting to me, and I don't know which way it's going to break.
So we'll reveal that. You still have a few more minutes to vote if you want, as those are being tallied, and we will pass that along. What was that face you just made?
Sorry, I was yawning. Sorry.
All I saw was Kathy's, the top of her head come up above her laptop. It was like this. It was like it was not sexy at all. It was kind of scary.
Yes, it was.
It was such a hot yawn.
Yeah,
I've never seen a hotter yawn in my life. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to go live on Fox. Good day this morning as well. All our Wednesday morning stuff. We will return shortly. Make sure you stay with us.
You would spray your indoor plants.
Like a spritz.
I disagree. I think that the butter, like the spray butter, you're lessening the quality of the butter product. And if you're going to have like actual butter, you're going to need to have like a vat of melted butter. This is your diner, so I'm not trying to tell you how to run your business.
You open your own diner next door and do regular, normal, boring pats of butter.
I kind of want to work with you, like almost like as if I was your therapist, and to make you okay with not having butter in every square. Like it's all right.
No, I know.
It's still going to taste good. You're going to get enough butter.
Believe me, I've
Touchstone Pictures. He had to have butter in every square until a concerned therapist came into his life. My name is Romano. I think I can help you.
Then we need some good music like
yes,
Peter
inspiring.
Gabriel,
Salisbury Hill.
Salisbury Hill. Yeah. See if you can pull that. So the serious part when he realizes he has a problem.
Oh no, I can't even get it together anymore. Every time I go into the diner, I start trembling like crazy. I think I know someone you can talk to. And then she came into his life. My name's Romano, and today's the day we start making changes. From Touchstone Pictures, the story of a boy who learned now how to not have butter in every square of his waffle. Butter squareless waffle boy.
Butter squareless waffle boy.
Or something to that effect.
It's butter therapist.
I feel like I already went through this with Jace. Like at breakfast time. It's okay, honey.
Unbutterable.
Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
I heard recently that isn't even. I mean, just the old, sneaking the look at your next door neighbor's paper is not necessarily the chosen form of cheating these days, because so much stuff is done online now that students are using Google Docs quite a bit to cheat with.
All the time.
Yeah.
And so now they're trying to make. In fact, they've said they've noticed a general increase in grades that they believe is artificially manipulated.
Really?
And so much so that Google itself has stepped up and has, like I'm looking at an article here, they're trying to set up ways to prevent Google Docs being used for cheating.
So here's the way I understand that this works, and if I'm wrong, please tell me.
Yeah.
We've got students here, we've got strippers that know the answers as well, because Victoria was chiming in on this while we were off air. That if someone takes a test in a class before you, that you're going to have that same class, and they therefore can get that exact exam that you're about to take and send that to you before you take the exam. Is that kind of the way it works? Is that what I understand?
You know who knows?
Ben knows. Ben, come in here.
Ben.
Here.
Intern Ben, we're going to get him on the mic. And by the way, Ben, are you currently a student?
Yes, I go to Temple University right now. I've been there for 3 years now.
Okay. All right. So what I was just saying, I know you guys are busy in the other room there. When someone is taking an exam, they can take that exam and give it to someone else who has that same test later on in the day. Is that how it works?
So it totally depends, but like a lot of the times it'll just be on your laptop in class, and it's impossible to govern everyone's laptop, as you can imagine.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
You all right?
Had to run in.
He's a little nervous.
I was wondering why you talk like that. And actually, is it the thing? Is it the Google documents?
I've talked to Ben many times. I've never heard his voice quite like that before.
It's as we matriculate through the process of the Temple University. Of course, enriched by the learning that we have.
So I guess.
Poor kid, you poor kid.
I guess no. Ben doesn't talk like that.
Excited to come on air with us.
We just pulled him in by. It's not his fault. It's not his
Caught
fault.
off guard, that's all.
Okay. So Ben, I guess what Preston's asking is how does
Let's start over.
How does the document get disseminated to everyone who's looking to cheat off that original document?
So you can have a Google Doc open on your laptop in like a separate tab, and then you can send it to anybody that has like a Google email. And of course, our school uses Google for everything.
So you can have the Google Doc, I guess, open on a different browser. Right. And just sort of toggle between the two, the test and the Google Doc test, Google Doc. I don't know. Gabby's here as well. She's also a student. You know.
What's your take on it?
Yes.
Stop it. I'm just kidding. Poor Ben. We pull him in while he's trying to do other work. So
What's your take on it, Gabby?
Yeah, so if you're in a group, just like in a group, when you're doing one of your assignments, you obviously have everybody's email. So you can set up this Google Doc where you can share everything that you do. So even if you're in one class earlier and you have a friend that's in the next class later in the day, you can just share that document with other people in other classes.
Okay. And Victoria, were you the student? Did you do this or hear about this happening as well? Yes. Why is your mic not on? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. So when I was in school, it was just super easy. First of all, the website is pretty, like, once you get it down, it's super easy to use. And yes, sharing is so easy, and it's so easy to communicate on there amongst many people.
Did anyone ever flow? I mean, because they're saying that it has had, and Google has actually had to step in to give teachers ways to fight this. Do you know anyone who's ever cheated using the system?
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
I would say.
Actually, no, I'm not aware.
Ben has something to say about the Apple Watches.
Yes.
So not about the Apple Watch, but I do have a story we can go into.
Okay, please do.
So in high
Make it a long
school,
one.
I went to a tech school. So I was in the computer programming, obviously.
Right, yeah.
Obviously.
So, but we figured out a way to cheat on the learning guides, which is like our little exercises to learn how to program, but the teacher caught wind of this.
Yeah.
So for a month, every student had to handwrite all their code.
Oh, God.
Because we were cheating, which is like Java and HTML. That's awful.
That's crazy. That's all little symbols.
We had to handwrite all of it, then we had to type it up, and that was like his way to prevent us from cheating. And I was pissed because I wasn't cheating. I was the one actually doing it right. Because
This
all the
is
other students
outlandish.
were.
This is absolutely outlandish. I'm take you outside and kick your ass.
Did you rat everybody out because you weren't
What am
cheating?
I, a monk? This is ridiculous.
No, Casey, I was trying to be cool.
No. But so how long did it take to take a test like that?
Well, for what would take 5 minutes on the computer was about 25 on the paper.
Jesus.
Just because you got to remember the symbols, you got to squiggle them or whatever.
Just you have to talk through them. Just keep
This
talking.
is the goddamn dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's goddamn ridiculous. 25 on the paper.
No, but I mean, to write, he's talking about writing code is in all symbols and intense stuff. It's,
Preston, get yourself together.
I can't. Steve being outrageous Ben is killing me. Oh, this is an outrage.
Preston, our dancer wants to chime in here as well.
Oh, yes, Victoria. Yes.
Yeah, don't forget about me. Okay.
I'm
anyways.
sorry, Victoria.
No, it's okay. It's just so funny. I'm listening to how far people will go to actually cheat. And I went to a really good school, and we would literally cheat in groups, and the teachers had no idea. That's how
No
oblivious.
idea.
I guess they were just paid so well that I swear they didn't care.
do you think there's some credence to the fact that schools who rely on, how the school's performing would allow this to happen?
I guess to keep up with their
reviews and stuff like
whatever.
that?
Yeah.
It's conceivable.
I went to a really good school, so I guess high test scores were super important.
So it's plausible deniability, right? That you can say, okay, they're just getting good grades.
And what's funny enough, in 9th grade, I actually had a social studies teacher that would literally grade you on like if he liked you or not. Like we would write what we had for breakfast on like literally I would write the most ridiculous answers and some of them would be right and some of them would be wrong. I swear this man graded you on whether he liked you or not, or maybe your outfit that day. Like I swear
I bet
he
you
didn't
did
care.
very well.
Yes, being stunningly gorgeous helps too.
I passed, by the way. And he fed us. Like, he was a G. He was awesome.
What's going on over here? Just because she's super hot, she passes? I'm here writing goddamn code. My fingers are falling off. She talks about having egos and she gets an A+.
You're a good sport, Ben. Very much. Kath, headed into a holiday weekend forecast-wise. Today looks really good, 86 degrees, sunny. Tomorrow, so we have this slight increase of a chance of thunderstorms each day. Tomorrow, there's like a 30% chance, high 90. Friday is like a 40% chance. And then on Saturday, that's a chance we more than likely, well, it's like a 50 to 60% chance. So it's not 100%, obviously. I gave you other percentages, but it's not guaranteed that we're going to get rain, but maybe some scattered thunderstorms. So if you are making your holiday plans, just have a contingency ready to go just in case you are in a rain-prone area in this particular weekend.
But for the 4th itself, it's looking pretty viable.
For the most part. There's like a 30% chance
Which is
that you get some rain.
You have 70% chance that it won't happen.
That's the way I like to look at it, too. So speaking of the 4th, I have a really stupid survey. For
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
dumb.
And we've had some dumb ones.
So I figured we'd do Survey Says, since I have a 4th of July survey to kick off these stupid surveys.
Are these fresh? Because they're sent. We will get these sent to us virtually daily of these surveys that they say this would be great for your show, and they're always horrible. Is this a fresh batch?
I looked this one up, and it says, which of the following do you do on 4th of July? All right. Attend a barbecue or picnic.
Who does that?
27% of people surveyed it.
27%.
I think there were 7,000 people that were surveyed for
It's a
this.
decent cross-section.
Do you get together with family and friends? 42% of people apparently do. Do you display the American flag? 20% of people do display the
Seems like
American
an appropriate
flag.
time.
Do you attend a fireworks display?
On the 4th of July?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, surprisingly, it says only 19%.
Really?
That's why they. So, I guess that's why a lot of them sit on the 3rd, like today.
Right.
And then there's the main one, obviously, in the city for the Welcome America. That'll be the one. And then there's, I'm not shocked by that.
Yeah, me neither, because people have to get up and go to work the next day. Like everybody's off on the 4th, and a lot of people will, especially if the 4th is on, let's say, like this year, a Thursday. All right, we'll just take off Friday.
Right.
But there are a lot of people out there.
Some people can't.
They got to work the next day.
And I guess some people don't want to deal with traffic. We were talking about traffic yesterday involved when you go to fireworks displays. I remember even in our local, park that we would go to, when it was done, it was like getting out of a Flyers game or something like that.
And all the joy is sucked out of your body.
Or here is another question. Did you have your own fireworks display? 7% of people.
We used to do, growing up, we used to have something every 4th of July in our backyards. My neighbor, Mr. Foley, was a driving salesman, and so he'd go down south and he would come back with fireworks.
Okay.
And it was always fun.
Yeah. I was like that when I was a kid. I liked the backyard fireworks displays. They were kind of fun.
Now I want to see the real deals.
Yeah. Do you watch a 4th of July parade? You guys go to parades?
I used to. For many years, we'd be up in Windham, New York, and they had a classic Mayberry style 4th of July parade, and it was terrific. And as the people would go by, they would have things like candy, and they would throw it out to what I like to say, to have ribs too and sauce, and they'd throw them out.
Throw those out to everybody.
Wasn't it a 4th of July parade, Casey, where you leaned into your kids and you're like, we're having fun?
But that was, that parade. Listen, as an adult, that sucked. But like that to me, that was like Mayberry, like small town, like it was.
How can you not
awesome.
love stuff like that, right? I mean, it was just good natured, and
I'm sure the kids loved it. We are here to have fun.
Having fun.
You understand? We are having fun right now. Yes. And listen, I have been there, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I know what it's like when everything that Dad has done to prepare us to have a good day as a family
falls to
S. bitching and whining and
why do I even try?
So in my area, Skip Back, they would do a parade. I don't remember it was for 4th of July. I haven't been to it in a while. But
are you always called upon to be the Grand Marshal? Because
No.
you've got to be the most famous person in Skip Back.
No.
Okay.
But they, what I would notice about all those parades is a lot of tractors out our way.
Yeah,
in the
really?
parades. Yes, there are tractor groups that I was not aware of, like John Deere tractors.
Okay,
And
that's
they
kind of cool.
Drive them down the road. Some of them classic, and
You don't see them out and about randomly, right?
No.
Parade time, they all line up.
They whip out the tractors.
Is it the John Deere factory that's you see right off the turnpike?
Where?
Is it John Deere or what is it? What is the other?
It's green and yellow. Is it? And it's not Husqvarna.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
What's the company, Preston?
I don't know. It might be. I don't get out that way that often. So here are other stupid questions, survey questions. You watch a patriotic movie around the 4th of July.
No.
It's mostly porn, but patriotic porn.
Patriotic porn?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there are people that get red, white, and then blue.
Yeah, exactly.
So what would be a great patriotic movie to watch?
I would tend movies like The Patriot.
Yeah, definitely not like Born on the
1776, the musical, Born on the 4th of July. Yeah, it's something that is.
This Patriot would be a good one.
What else would be? Or it's something like How the West Was Won. You know what might be really good to go see is Horizon.
Yeah,
the Kevin Costner film.
Okay,
little piece of American history.
Do you guys wear like an American flag?
Red, white, and blue, or
red, white,
something.
blue?
I'll try to throw a pop of color in there. We have 4, actually 6 people from Sweden that just got in last night. They're staying with us. This is my wife's family.
Yes.
She has family in Sweden, so they're coming in. And Gustav, one of them, is like, I brought my American tie. I brought my American flag tie with me.
Oh, that's great.
To wear for 4th of July.
Oh,
I usually do a halter top, jorts, and flip flops.
Oh, that's cute. Steve, so cute.
Thank you.
Do you, Kathy, wear something patriotic or colorful like that?
Yeah,
for
I
the
have
day?
my red, white, and blue. Or I have an American
Do you wear your old
flag
Army
sweater.
uniform?
I don't know.
I would love to see that.
What? Why is that so funny?
Private Romano reporting for Judy.
I'll put my old uniform on.
And then the other survey question was asked, or do you spend it like any ordinary day?
I was just sorry, President.
35% said they do.
I think you're thinking of Kathy in the Hurt locker.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Go to hell.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's a normal. Like I think that would be. I might fall in that category.
4th of July?
Yeah, like I said, I'll throw on like a sweater, but to me, it's not like
A summer sweater?
huge holiday. Yes. A
Really?
It's an
Okay.
American flag. It's a summer sweater. If it's chilly, you throw it on.
No, we'll do the barbecue thing. We'll watch fireworks. We do all of that.
So this year, what we're going to do is we have a couple of friends coming over, but we're going to go inside. We're going to close all the windows. We're going to play some movies and stuff because our
To try to help the dog.
In fact, we're sedating our dog so that
Because it's that bad.
Well, we don't know, and we know that she does not react well so far from stuff.
no.
And Grace, who from Finding Shelter, they originally had rescued Kizzy, and so far she's shown signs of not being that cool. So we're going to get her a little mellow, and then spend the evening trying to keep the sound out.
By the way, what patriotic movie to watch? Somebody texted in for Nick and said, American movie, A Star is Born, featuring music commemorating the Battle of Shiloh.
Yeah. Sure.
In the Shiloh.
Never forget.
Never. All right, let me see what other polls we have here and surveys from Survey Says. I have one more that has to do with our nation and the 4th of July. This is YouGov survey asked over 7,000 adults, what nickname do you most prefer for the American flag? So
Lonnie?
I'll give you, no, not Lonnie. I will give you the choices. The Stars and Stripes, the Red, White, and Blue, the Star-Spangled Banner, Old Glory, or none of the above.
Old Glory for me.
That's what I thought of immediately, too. Yeah. But the Stars and Stripes, you hear that one a lot.
Yes.
Yep. 31% said the Stars and Stripes. 16% said the Red, White, and Blue. 12% said the Star-Spangled Banner. And 18% said Old Glory.
I always wanted a real real flag pole setup at the house. You know?
Yeah.
Because you have the one that's off the side of the house, you know?
Yeah, but you want like an actual
Like a
pole
real-
straight up out of the ground.
Right.
Like you see it in a municipal building or something like that.
Yeah. And the thing I guess I have to do is actually do it to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the stumbling block.
I actually was I got a little bit of a history lesson of the American flags, and everybody, or at least, and listen, I could be talking out my ass, but everybody thinks that like the Betsy Ross flag was the first one,
right?
But there was this other one, and I think it came down to, they went with red, white, and blue, based on, I guess they were talking to the president of France, and so when they were talking about like naval wise. What flag are you going to?
So he's on the phone.
But he says, well, what flag are you? So we don't shoot you down, as you're coming into the harbor or whatever.
When you fly in.
So that one right there, Nick, is I forget what they call it, the Stars and Union Jack or whatever. But there was another one where it was basically red, white, and blue stripes. And then these weird, 8-point stars. These 13 8-point stars on them.
There's the Union Jack. There's that's a fact Jack.
This is America Jack.
That's the one they should have gone with.
This is America
This
Jack.
is America Jack, with the words actually printed on the flag.
And they had Jack sell them for less.
Yeah. And then Jack drove me like one of your French girls.
Right, yeah.
Those were incredibly inventive.
Wait, Casey, though, I'm a little confused because the British flag and the Great Britain flag is also red, white, and blue. So what did that? I'm not quite sure what you mean about the colors.
Yeah,
they lied to you, Case.
Yeah, I know, but unfortunately, it was sort of I was at Mainline Armory yesterday, and I was
there was
getting
a gas leak.
No, there was a bit of a history lesson, and unfortunately, my ability to retain information.
I see.
It's gotten worse over time.
Then the flag is probably I forgot it, Jack.
But it is a flag that I have never, ever seen before.
Okay.
I have at least seen these other flags.
When we were kids, Casey, I remember a lot of rules being applied to the flag. And Steve, when you're talking about like a flag pole and raising and lowering of it or whatever, to me there were very strict rules growing up. You couldn't display the flag when it was raining. You couldn't display it when it was night.
Couldn't touch the ground.
It couldn't touch the ground, and there was also no bastardization of the flag.
Right.
And I know that that's happened a lot over the last probably 2 decades or whatever. I just wonder how that sort of became acceptable, because and I'm not trying to be like an old man complaining about it. It just seemed like when I was younger there was a little more reverence for the flag itself.
Well, to that, I don't fully know, but I saw something that was just really sweet. There was a delivery man. It's a video, was making the round, showed up at a house, and the people had displayed the flag, and it had fallen down on the ground. And he took time to reset it.
Yeah.
And it was just a simple little gesture.
But
and
Nick,
it did my
also,
heart good.
I kind of know what you mean. Like, so there's the police officers, blue stripe flag, and they do that for the firemen and army and all that. And I've always kind of looked at it and gone,
there's something about
could have come up with something else.
Yeah.
You had to do that to the American flag. You know what I mean? And going to the original reverence of
riffing on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
I'm not beat. I don't go crazy about it, but I'm also like, I thought we weren't supposed to do that. So
You like the old Nazi flag? That it's funny because what was the show I was watching where they were kind of recontorting stuff, and they ended up with some horrible flag that no one's going to salute that.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, these are the nicknames that people prefer.
Old Glory.
Old Glory. I kind of like that one.
Yes.
Too. I think Old Glory, Steve, if I remember correctly, is the actual name of the flag that was above Fort Sumter. That is at the Smithsonian Institution.
I believe
now.
you're correct.
The one that they only display it for a certain amount of time.
Right.
It's huge. It's really, really big.
God, I think I've seen it.
Yeah, and they keep it under. It's really dimly lit when you go in there. It's gigantic.
It's
really,
next
really
to
cool
Fonzie's jacket.
There you go. You know the one. All right, we're going to switch gears, but we're going to stay with Survey Says.
All right.
And moving on from the patriotic to the more common. Do you talk to your house or garden plants? All right, this is a poll from MSN.com.
Am I calling them a mother effer?
No, I actually know people who do this. I do not talk to my plants. Maybe I should.
Isn't the long-standing belief that talking to them helps them grow?
Yeah. And I have a friend who has tons of plants inside and outside, and she, like, when she'll water them, she'll be like, okay, your turn. Like, she talks to them.
Okay.
So what kind of chatterboxes live near the redwood forest?
I had found myself actually. So we don't really have many live plants, but we do now. Last year was our first year taking a garden out for the spin, and now we're doing it. And we mainly grow herbs and peppers and tomatoes and things like that, small stuff in boxes. And I now find myself when I'm watering saying things like, "Oh, well, you're looking good.
You look good."
Yeah, and I
just saying that.
I'm just doing it because I'm proud of the fact that we're getting a yield, and I'm and I'm happy. Oh, you look good.
Wonderful. Soon I'll be ripping you in half.
I remember there was a scene in, I think it was Cheech and Chong's next movie where he's spraying down his weed plants. He's going, "Ooh, look, your buds are getting so big, baby. We have to get some training bra." But I don't speak to them. I don't name them or anything like that. But I have found myself on a couple occasions actually saying something to a plant. And I'm like, "You're talking to your plant."
Yeah. Kathy, you've been in my house. Did you notice the number of plants that are about?
No, I actually was never inside. I was outside.
I was in the basement.
Yeah, you remember you had me in that container in the basement?
You got out.
to get out.
I have a gimpette.
But you have a bunch, at least outside around your house.
And inside, yeah.
Okay.
My fiance is a bit of a plant lady, and so I don't know if she talks to them or not, Preston.
I
but
bet you she does. I could see her.
They're everywhere. And it's nice. Like when you're around the house, there's just the green in every room.
Huh. I mean, I think that is... If you can keep that, if you can maintain that, it's awesome.
She has a much big, a stronger green thumb than I do, and I like doing some outside gardening. But she's much better with the inside plants.
Do you, Preston, find that you talk to your family?
No.
No.
Oh, God, no. Please.
I probably talk to inanimate objects more than I do to
your own
living
family.
things. Yeah.
So here's the answers to the poll that was asked. And have you ever sung or spoken to your houseplants?
Oh, wow.
Yes, probably, no, and what? Are the answers. So yes, 20% said yes. 12% said probably. 59%. So the overwhelming majority said no.
No.
They do
Okay.
not speak or sing to their houseplants.
Did they break down if they do sing, what do they sing? What kind of music?
It didn't go that deep.
Son of a bitch.
Unfortunately. And then 9% said what?
What?
And then the other question is, do you name your houseplants? Does Andrea name her houseplants?
No, not really.
Okay.
My mom has named trees and like planted trees. So
really,
yeah.
Okay.
Like the tree in our and it's at my mom's old house, but it was Patsy. It was named after her sister, and I like that.
So we had my uncles had grown this big elephant ear. Tree, the plant. It's the really big, huge,
Yes, almost like
indoor
a. Oh, okay.
plant. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was
the leaves look like elephant ears.
I know what you're talking
I
about,
think
yeah.
that's what it was called.
Yeah.
And that was George.
George.
And it was George forever. I inherited George for a while. When I moved out and got my own apartment,
Yeah.
I got
How long
George.
did it last?
He lasted.
Yeah.
He lasted to the end. But then when I moved halfway across the country, we said goodbye to George.
Oh,
What do you
no.
think about this thing? And it was all the rage for a while where people would take the ashes of loved ones and put it into the soil of a sapling.
Right.
And it would then the sort of the belief or at least the idea is that there's life again through the tree.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
You remember the song by Belly, Feed the Tree?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of a reference to that.
Kind of like that. Yeah. I like that song.
Your dad and your body is starting to nurture the
And then
tree.
the hope is the tree will mature into a killer tree that you can command to.
Sure.
Because it's a beloved family member.
Yeah.
Grandma, kill our neighbors.
So
I want to be a tree.
do you want to be a tree?
Yeah, like when I'm gone.
It's
when
like a Barbara
When it's
Walters.
all over. No, I want to be
Would
a
it
tree. Yeah, don't.
I think it would be nice to live. That's why, for me, I listen. Whatever you want to do, if you want to be buried, and I'm completely fine. Whatever your deal is, then I prefer the notion of being cremated and not eat up space, land wise. And if I was to be used to fertilize plants or a garden or something, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, the idea of rotting doesn't sound fun to me.
No,
either.
unless you're a zombie, and that's awesome.
true. Yeah. By the way, Kathy, you could be like the giving tree. Did you ever read the giving tree?
Oh my gosh, yes,
Please.
of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some advice. Leave me alone.
So to answer the answer to the survey was, do you name your houseplants? Yes, said 5%. 3% said no, but I will now. And 92% said no, they do not name their houseplants.
I wonder how many people suspect occasionally that the plants really don't want to talk to them. Like,
well, I don't know. Let's go to Joe because he talks to his plants. Hi, Joe. You're on the air. Good morning, bud.
I found myself being a strange person this morning.
How so?
I talked to my plants.
Okay,
there you go.
What?
I talked to my garden. I got a nice sized garden. I'm out there every morning watering. I'm sitting there talking to them. It's time for your drinks, time for your watering, and I look at the flowers, petals, and talk to the plants. Tomatoes got some buds growing. I'm like, oh, look, you sprouted something today.
There you go.
Man, they are living things.
They are.
And I get that. And there may be something more that we are aware of. Maybe it understands what you're saying or the tone that you're. You know what I mean?
We saw the happening. We know what happens when you piss them off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We saw that happening. We know what they can do. But even at nighttime when I'm sitting there and I'm plucking the weeds or I'm cutting the dirty, the bad stems or the bad leaves, I'm telling them I'm sorry.
You're telling them
apologizing
when you're pulling the weeds out.
Well, if the weeds are around them, I'm saying,
Well, they don't know. It's like when you're like, cleaning your dog or whatever, clipping your dog's nails. They don't know that this is for the common good. Because I'll do that. Like, and I'm cutting, like grooming my dog. I'm like, I know you hate this, but I'm.
No, I think he's sad for the weeds because he's killing the weeds.
No. I'm saying sorry to the plants if I hit them or if I bump into them.
Right.
Yeah, but what about
the weeds?
What about those weeds? They have a
They've got
life
families.
too, Joe. You heartless son of a bitch.
No, they're evil plants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We also attacked the killer tomato, man.
Absolutely. Vicious bastards.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
My wife's cousin would, when she's kind of a hippie-ish, when they would go out and she would gather flowers and things like that out in the wild, after she would pluck it, she would spit on it.
Why?
No.
She'd be like,
there you go. No, she felt as if she was doing that as kind of a return, a giving of
giving back some
herself
fluid
to this plant that she has taken from nature.
Interesting.
It's like in Dune.
Yeah, I thought it was a little nutty.
Yeah, I'm not that into plants.
But in Dune, water is precious.
Yes.
And that is, you're giving up something very, very valuable if you spit.
I wonder why pee on them.
She wouldn't pee on it. No.
I wonder why some plants ended up being classified as weeds versus others.
Oh, it's just feeding the tree.
Yeah.
Great song from Belly.
That's a great question, Nick, because I actually went to go clean up some weeds that were coming out of this bush that I have in my my yard. And I'm like, I don't know if this is a weed or not,
I think
or
that
if
all the
this
time.
is the bush.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you why. They probably don't grow as uniformly. They're a little less. They're a little more unsightly than plants that we consider to be.
Yeah, but
visual.
there are also plants that you're describing some plants as well that wouldn't be considered a weed.
Kathy, we had a garden put in. Like my wife has always wanted to have like a flower garden, and our house kind of displays nicely in the front. And when the seasons rolled through, and we were out there, we're like, I can't tell what is a weed. and we had to, it's like, we got to have the guy come back because we're going to be pulling out all the stuff we just paid for.
Yeah, I think
at a certain point, you can't tell.
I've gotten way better at it. I can definitely decipher what weeds are. I was just weeding yesterday.
I forget what I had. I forget what the plant was, but it did not do well in my beds, and I was angry at something. And so one day I rage ripped the plant out of the ground.
Wow,
I was
like
ripping them
Joan
because I was
Crawford.
like, "This is so." It was supposed to be a pretty purple, and it wasn't. It ended up being gray, and it looked like
you're not pretty purple like you were supposed to be.
You're horrible. Get me the axe. There
No, but
is
I was
an
ripping
app.
the roots out of
You
the
can
ground.
use that app.
Yeah.
which will help you identify whether it's a weed or a flower or not.
So I just did a Google image downstairs walking into our building. There's a flower in the planters down there, and I wanted to know what it was. And
there you go.
I used Google image, did the same thing. It was good.
Preston, we have the audio of, remember the cult that would gather around trees and apologize?
Tell them that we love them and that we don't want them to die.
Yes.
They're standing around
they're
trees.
upset around the trees about people cutting down the trees. By the way, speaking of naming your trees, I love this. This text says, my neighbor named the linden tree out front Linden Tree Johnson.
Perfect. Perfect.
It was back under the bunghole.
We had a wonderful tree that was, on our front lawn. It was a tree where I first started doing pull-ups on the tree. It had a perfect branch that stuck out. You could sit on it, and it was, trees from your past.
All right, I'm going to go to Megan. Can explain why weeds are weeds.
Okay. All right. Why are
Hi,
weeds?
Megan, good morning.
Good morning, you dumb bitches.
Hey, dumb bitch, what's up?
So weeds are weeds because essentially what they do is instead of gathering nutrients from the soil on their own, they gather nutrients from the plants around them. They're essentially vampires.
Oh. Yeah, I've been told that everything that's in the ground is competing. And that's
so
part of it.
basically the reason that we pull weeds is because they are effectively killing the plants around them.
Are they just misunderstood?
No, they're just not as pretty as the other plants. So
Is there a pretty weed?
There's a class system in the.
Yeah, I think dandelions are kind of pretty, the yellow flowers, but people consider them to be invasive and to be weeds. And for whatever reason, we ended up playing God when it came to classifying them as weeds versus plants you want to cultivate and grow.
Megan, do you consider yourself godlike?
No, but I do know something that you can do with your body when you die.
What?
Oh.
There is a service that you can get where the home will actually take your body in and put it in soil and will use it for compost until you yourself break down into soil. And they'll do that until your bones break down and everything, your calcium. And then they will take that and they will give like the mulch to.
So Preston's had a few stories in the Bizarre Files about companies that do this.
Yeah, was that in Colorado, by the way? Because that place was just chucking bodies around their shed and leaving them there.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
All right.
no, it's a real service and it does really good work.
All right.
Thank you, Megan.
Interesting.
No, there was one in particular that was not doing good work. They were just taking everybody's money. Yeah, sure, we'll compost them for you.
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
So the definition of a weed is a plant growing where it is not wanted.
Yeah,
It can also include plants that are not intentionally
That's so sad.
in a specific location or plants that are competitive and interfere with the activity of
And to me, that sounds really arbitrary. Like, what if I want it there, but you don't? Who gets to
gets to
qualify it as a weed?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, and Steve, you asked if there are pretty weeds. Like, I feel like any wildflower would be a weed then,
It's
right?
true. Yeah, maybe. I'm going to go to Linda real quick because she wants to tell you I can identify, weeds. Hi, Linda. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I have a really quick way for you to identify things.
Yep.
Just on your iPhone, if you have iOS 17, if you just take a picture of that plant, and then on that picture, just scroll up, it'll identify it.
So, Kathy, you have plants right in front of you. Take a picture with your iPhone.
Okay.
Those are fake.
It also, it also does it with food. It's really cool. So if you take a picture of food and you scroll up, it'll give you recipes. It's really
So you scroll up?
All right, wait, what am I doing?
Kathy's trying.
So if you go up to the eye, it should. I know what she's talking about.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. No. This?
What? Wait a
Here,
second.
this? Look.
Yes.
Now what?
Oh, my God.
Is it giving you any info?
So once you take the picture, open the picture, and then just push the picture up a little bit.
I'm doing it.
Push the picture up. Okay.
I did it with this apple, Preston.
What does
And
it say?
It's just, so add a caption, then it says look up food, right? So now.
It says Casey
Oh,
Snack.
look. You have to click look up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it identified my fake plants.
Yep. It'll do it for all kinds of stuff. It's kind of cool.
All right. It says
Thanks.
it misidentified that apple. It says it's a pink lady because that's a sugar beet, but that's okay. It's a new variety. All right. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm going to try that out.
So I used a similar feature when I went on the river cruise in Europe a year or two ago, and took all the pictures, Preston. And then the same thing. If you click on your photo library in the upper right hand corner, there's a little star that has an eye in it. It's your information, and it provides all your metadata, what you're looking at.
So Marissa says it does it for dog breeds as well.
How about that, man?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
So you hit touch on the picture and push it up. And then
Yeah.
there's a little bit of information below. Nice. I like that. All right. Well, anyhow, I've been told that's all the time we have for Survey Says. It was kind of a short one, but we're going live on Fox Good Day this morning, so we need to take a break and get ready for that. We'll come back, and we're checking in with Alex and Karen today. And then we've also got Bizarre File and then revealing the Jersey Shore 64 finalist. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
God, that says like I have rheumatoid arthritis trying to go this cold. And over here, she says she had a Pop-Tart for breakfast. She has an A+.
I love when you threaten to kick their ass.
Outside now, I'm going to put my foot so far up your ass, you're going to see my big toe coming out your nose.
Oh, my God.
right, we have to wrap this up.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah,
All right. No. Officials are working to contain a scabies outbreak.
No. What the hell?
This is at Radnor Middle School and one student from Radnor Elementary School. Yeah. Yep.
Scabies.
And at least 18 students were diagnosed with the infectious disease.
Okay, what is scabies?
It's a rash.
Okay.
Isn't that wait? Okay, scabies isn't crabs.
Well, it is caused by a mite. A little creature.
Okay.
But they normally it's not visible to the naked eye. But it's not It's not crabs.
It's not okay.
It's not like
but
crotch
do you get it
crabs.
down there?
You can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
so
you're lucky.
The scabies will burrow under the skin and lay eggs.
Oh God.
An itchy rash consisting of raised tracts, bumps, or blisters may appear on parts of the body, including between fingers, wrists, elbows, armpits, waistline, thighs, and genitalia,
including the nutsack.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Well, there
all
were
the little crevices and cracks.
Yeah.
They lay their
Ball
eggs.
sacks are yummy.
I remember in high school there was an outbreak in our school, but it was everyone who was getting it down there.
Yeah. And so it seems like it's few and far between that we have scabies outbreaks. I always consider that one of those bizarre peripheral things like scurvy and gout.
There was the guy that I told you about that wanted to go halfsies on the fleshlight.
Oh yeah. And by the way, again, take that in. Nick knows someone who wanted to go halvesies on a fleshlight.
Yeah.
God, I hate him.
Yeah, me too. I love him, but I hate him. But there was an outbreak of it in college.
Is this guy an Elvis impersonator by any chance?
No. But he was at the Nationals game last night. But he was in college. He got scabies, and he got it through sexual contact. And so we would make fun of him incessantly afterwards. And the way that we'd make fun of him was just by saying scabies every time we would walk by. But yeah, he got it through sexual contact with a very dirty girl.
Okay, all right. By the way, Steve, you mentioned scurvy. Scurvy, I read the other day, is making a comeback.
Of course.
Hey,
it's all the rage.
Because of like fasting diets and things like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're not getting the vitamin C that they need, I
what
guess.
is that?
We thought we'd missed out on it, Preston, because we weren't able to take the trip to the New World.
Yeah, it's a vitamin C deficiency, and it can make you really, really sick.
And like fruit and stuff like that was how you fought it, right?
Yep.
And leprosy, we learned, is making a comeback.
That's where the term limeys came from, is when the English would travel, they would load up all these limes to try and keep scurvy away. Hang on a second. Maddie has scabies, and Kathy's going to leave the room now. She doesn't even want to be on the phone with somebody with scabies. Hey, how you doing, Maddie?
Good. I had scabies.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, it says actually has scabies.
Yes,
Okay.
I had scabies, and it was horrible. I think I got it on the Appalachian Trail because there was no STD thing going on.
Yep. Okay. So it's interesting that you mentioned that, and that's possibly where this particular outbreak came from. But I'll get into those details in a moment. How bad did it get for you?
It was horrible, dude. Every fold in your skin on your body, they burrow into and they lay eggs, and there's these little tunnels. It's horrible. And
You're laughing as you're talking about scabies tunnels.
yes,
Yeah.
these tunnels. They're like under your skin, like in your knuckles and the creases of your finger.
die.
So Maddie,
in your junk too.
in your junk. Okay, we're looking at a picture. You're right, Maddie. It says skin condition caused by burrowing mite.
And they lay the eggs in there, yeah.
They lay the eggs. It was horrible. They gave me this poison that I had to rub all over my body.
Yep.
And I had to wait like an hour and let it seep in. And then blistering caused. There's blistering afterwards.
Maddie, let me ask you: did they make the trip down to your junk? Did you have it around that region?
They were anywhere there's a fold or a crease. There is burrowing mite.
And not for anything. Go ahead.
Here's the reason why it spreads like that. The incubation period is 2 to 6 weeks.
Oh my God!
Before the itching even occurs, so it gets all over your body. These
And you don't know yet?
And like you said, Maddie, listen. It says the doctor in this story said you apply this cream. It's a topical prescription from scalp to toes. Every part of the body.
Everywhere, and it burns.
And then you have to sleep overnight with it on. They said it needs to be on for 8 to 10 hours for it to work properly. Yeah.
Do you have to put it in the butthole?
Oh my God.
You put it everywhere, Preston.
Okay.
Thank you for clearing your throat.
Do you have to put it butthole?
No, I'm a 40-year-old man, and I had it when I was like 30, and I had to have my mother rub the cream on my back. That's how
you didn't have to.
Yeah, I would have.
I mean, can you
Like, who else am I going to ask?
I don't know.
Thanks, Maddie. I appreciate it.
Maybe like a girlfriend or wife.
Somebody who could put it in your
mother. I have to go over to my 30-year-old single son and rub ointment in his ass.
That is horrifying.
Yeah, that's nasty.
I did not realize the burrowing was an issue. That that adds a whole other realm of hell to it. I always thought it was a slightly bit more benign, but it does sound very similar to genital crabs.
So they said the outbreak was caused by a camping trip that some of the students attended.
Oh, they went to Whore Island.
The doctor said they all hung out together, which is the typical story for scabies. Some of the kids, we did see a few of them, and that, that most likely it was just because they were all in close contact with each other. They were camping.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when the whores come in.
It's true. So sleeping bags and things of that nature and camping tents, it's a confined space.
I've had a few texts come in, and also it looked like a call had been up as well. Were you guys familiar with chiggers?
Yeah. Chiggers, yes.
Yeah. Growing up I lived in the South for a little while, and we would always warn about, those look like chigger bites. Which were painful. I mean, because you could scratch them until they bled almost. I mean, as a kid, I was just like, it itched so much you wouldn't stop scratching.
That's why that park went out of business at Chiggerland.
No, that's Digger World.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm thinking of. But anyhow, I don't know if they're the same.
They're related, I guess.
Are they?
Yeah, they're also mites. They're just different kind of mites.
Chiggers, I always assumed were a little bit bigger.
I don't know. Mites, I guess, you can't really see them.
No, these ones are called trombiculid mites.
Okay.
Which are different than the scabies mites.
By the way, there are little creatures all over your body all the time, Kathy.
I
right?
plan on it.
Oh, stop it.
Like in your hair follicles?
Constantly. Oh, crawling in and out of all sorts of orifices.
No, not mine.
And then, of course, they have to defecate.
Right.
Oh, my God.
I mean, they are alive.
I mean, and so all over your body, there's little recesses where they're crapping.
Right.
And then having sex.
Interesting.
In your own body.
Growing up, my dogs would get fleas all the time.
Yeah.
And it's never been an issue.
From sleeping with dirty dogs.
No, but I mean, it's kind of an invasive species.
It's incredibly invasive. And once you get it in the house,
we had to have our house bombed a couple of times. And because, my one dog, he would just kind of like hop the fence and run the neighborhood. So I don't know where you pick up fleas. Where do you...
Anywhere.
Any street corner. You should dress like slutty.
Nothing quite like Scabby Welts, man.
Yeah.
That's
the old bluegrass singer.
His name is Scabby Welts, and he sold more records in Pakistan than Slim Whitman. Hi, I'm Scabby Welts. It's great here to provide you folks with music. Music that'll make you want to scratch.
He and Boxcar Willie went out on tour together, so.
But he died of scratching himself to death.
Yeah. Scabby Welts. You remember Scabby?
Yeah.
The good old
Order
days.
now and get a second collection from Pussy Fistula.
Oh, my God.
Let's see if we can get an answer to our stupid question. Wow. I don't know who's on the phone. I don't know what they have to say. So I think our phone screener's messed up here. So
this is Guess the Caller Wednesdays, Preston. It's a new thing.
Okay. Hang on now. My phone lines aren't even lit up.
Yay, okay.
Casey has to do what's called retake the board.
You need a gun?
No, it's a little step process where he has to hit a few buttons. And can I try it?
Go for it.
All right, let me see here.
Go for it.
No, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. So now he's got to do
Is
this.
this because of cleaning?
Of course it is.
Oh, it is.
You touched something.
I didn't do the board.
Try now, bro.
All right. Hi. No. It shows that somebody has them on the line right now.
Did Bill Weston do the board?
No,
Hey, Casey,
Robin did the board.
Can you talk to them through that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, Casey's going to interpret. Ask the person who's on the phone.
Hey, WMMR, who's this? John, how you doing, bro? What's your answer, man? What's the question?
Ask John. So the angles in a triangle add up to how many degrees?
Yeah, how many degrees, bro?
Bro.
He says 180. Is that right?
John's right. Oh, my God. Casey
Wait, hold the earpiece up to the microphone.
Yeah, let's see if we can hear this.
All right.
Hey, wait. I got to wait for the bells and whistles.
No, you'd have to put the other one so we could hear him.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, there you go. Hey, John, can you hear me? No, Casey, there. Jesus. Let me try this again. John, can you hear me? John, say something. Can you hear me? No, we can't hear him. Casey's actually holding the handset up to the microphone.
He was talking, John. Can you hear
I know,
him?
but we can't. The mic.
Yeah,
just barely.
By the way, I think he said his name is Ken.
Now, is this John or Ken? He did say Ken.
That's why I wasn't answering.
All right, listen, Ken. Sammy's got to go.
We got to go. You won.
Oh, dear God. Wow. All right.
Give him his goddamn prize.
So the answer is 180 degrees.
All right.
I think it's fixed now. Hold on. Wait. No, it's not. I just hit the button and nothing happened.
It's not.
That sucks. It's not working, Case.
Great.
We were going to play the which. Oh, jeez. Nothing is working.
How did they clean the board with a hammer?
No, we use Q-tips.
Q-tips attached
We
to hammers?
specifically didn't hit any buttons or unplug anything.
Marissa wanted to mention something before we go live on Fox Good Day this morning.
Yeah, guys, remember a couple weeks ago we gave away those Pal Hana tiki boat tours? I went on one. And it was so fun.
Excellent.
They kind of threw me a quote unquote bachelorette party because they heard that I never had a bachelorette party.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was so sweet of them. So if you go on my Instagram right now, you can see a video from it.
I watched it. I loved it.
Hey, thank you. I had such a blast with my friends, and they are full service. They have cups, and everybody gets a leg when you get on, and they have ice. The littlest things that you don't think about when you're getting on a boat. You're like, oh yeah, this is great.
Here's your cup. Here's your ice cube. Enjoy.
You have no idea when you're going there for a drink. Sometimes just the little things like that you don't think about till you get to the dock.
Do they have a bathroom on there?
They do not have a bathroom.
Okay.
No, but it's a 2-hour little ride, and you go all through Ocean City, and
It looks awesome. Yeah, it looks terrific.
So there's a video up on my Instagram right now.
How many hours were you on?
2 hours.
Okay. And you held your bladder that whole time?
Yeah.
Or did you jump in the water real quick?
You can't jump off. So maybe towards the end.
Dude, okay.
Yeah.
I guess
It's
you
just
gotta
the way
have a
it is.
bottle handy
It's
just in case.
the places that they go.
Yeah.
It's the way-
Yeah.
But there are, bathrooms right at the docks right there. So you go right in Summers Point, and they
Okay.
take you all through Ocean City.
That's
and under
terrific.
the bridge. You
Yeah.
can do a sunset cruise, early morning, during the day, whatever you want.
You'd be going off the side, Preston.
Yeah, totally. You kidding me? Yeah. Pal Hannah. All right, cool. I'm glad that it turned out nice. Hey, a reminder that MMR has a Fill in the Fourth weekend. It's 4 days featuring 4-song blocks. We pick the first 3. You pick the 4th, and the Weekends Warrior will look for your phone calls each hour to choose the final song. So that's getting set for the holiday weekend, obviously, and it's powered by AT&T Subaru and Chevrolet in Sellersville. So if you'd like to participate in that, wonderful. The music means we're going live on Fox Good Day, so let's do that very thing. Here we go.
7:56. Hello, Karen. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's get ready for Preston and Steve. So there's a lot of reasons why people break up. Hey, guys.
Hey, how are you? Morning, guys.
Hey. So when it comes to divorces and all that, there's a lot of reasons, right? Might be financial differences. Somebody might have cheated, parenting, disputes, family conflicts. But this one is turning some heads. And this woman says it's all because she couldn't turn the lid on the jars in their home. She says that her husband was over-tightening the lids in their home on purpose, and that led to their divorce.
It reminds me of, Steve, of A Christmas Story. You used all the glue on purpose. You know what? So my parents got divorced, and my dad was a classic over-tightener.
Was that an issue?
Big time. I don't know.
Really? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just now putting these two together. And I, therefore, grew up an over-tightener as well. I had to overcome it. And so my dad, and I mean, not just jars. Like if my dad were using a screwdriver on anything as
too tight
as you could possibly get it, putting a tire on and changing the tire, just breaking that down as hard as you possibly could.
Yeah.
I could see how that might be slightly annoying, but you may have want to had a discussion about it before you dive right into the divorce proceedings.
Or before you even got married, because clearly there might be issues. In my house, it wouldn't be the over-tightening. It would be the fact that I will put things up on higher shelves than my wife can reach, and that becomes an issue. So
Yes.
so she's asked me to put things down lower. We finally got a step stool, and now our marriage is as solid as ever. But that was a big issue. So that would be in our house.
It's a big issue.
Yeah. But the type.
I have that in my house with my husband because it's easy for him to reach, but I do all the cooking. So it's all the stuff I need all the time that I can't get. And then with the jars, that really hurts your hands and you can't open it. So you feel like the person doing all the work is the one that's like being like handicapped from doing all the stuff. So
Absolutely.
Don't over tighten.
Don't over tighten.
Karen, have you had a discussion with him about this before it gets too deep?
I do have a discussion because it's like the glasses that you use every day need to be low, and the same thing with the plates. And I feel like I'll turn to him. I'm like, "Do you not live in this house?"
Well, here's the deal.
Go.
Ask him to acquiesce to. Here's the deal. If he says yes to that, then perhaps you agree to an open marriage. Maybe that is a nice trade-off there.
See?
Yeah.
Completely equitable.
I wonder if the toilet seat also is another reason. Like, come on, we keep telling you put the toilet seat down when you're done.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
wonder
sure
if that sometimes leads to
clothes
some
on the
breakups.
floor. There's a lot of the classic toothpaste leaving the cap off. It's these things that will just. I know I have them with my wife. I know she has them with me.
You have to pick your hill to die on,
Yes.
though. You got to pick. You got to take. Okay, she's putting up with that, and I'll put up with this. She puts up with that. There's a kind of a balance to that stuff. But yeah, the toilet seat is a big one. Great suggestion. Get your own bathroom. That's what I did. I have my own bathroom that I use solely. She has her own. We never have to worry about it.
How about separate houses? Maybe that'll save a lot of marriages.
Absolutely. How about just stay single forever?
Yeah, that too.
Noted. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys. We'll see you later. So I had one the other day. Little thing, and I'm sure Rochelle's coming here this morning. She's probably listening right now.
She's like, oh, you got a little thing, huh?
Yeah. So we had some, and this will lead into this weekend as well because we're going to have hamburgers. Part of 4th of July, classic, American fare. So we had some company at our house this past weekend, and we were making hamburgers, and we are getting the accoutrement ready for that: onions, lettuce, things like that, and tomatoes. Mm-hmm. And Rochelle sliced up the tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
And she sliced them into like quarters.
Wait.
And I'm like, these are tomatoes that are going on a hamburger.
Like wedges?
Yes. Not they were thinner wedges. They were thinner, but
Doesn't matter. Those are salad. That's a salad cut.
What shape is the hamburger patty?
It's
Round.
circular. And
What shape is the bun?
circular.
And what shape is a tomato slice?
Also circular.
If you cut it the right way,
That's right.
it is.
Yeah.
And that was an issue.
No, I didn't make it an issue. It all went up here. I had a little battle in my
bank.
head. That's
Remember
it.
to pull this out the first fight we have.
It's the hill to die on.
Yeah.
See?
Right.
I was like, I almost went, and then I shut up.
Right.
Shut up.
Saved it for the radio while she was driving it.
Onions are circular.
Did you
too.
walk
can cut them
upstairs?
that
Do you
way.
have like a dry erase board? You just write tomatoes. There's the list. There's the list. 'Cause again, that balance, that mutual destruction. That you can both do that because you both have stuff on each other. She puts up with things of mine.
yes.
And I say,
sure.
okay, I'll let this go.
Well, that's the problem. Is like if you were to bring up that one thing, rather than focusing on, okay, well maybe I can correct this one thing. It goes no. Oh, you got one thing? I got 7 things for you, Jack.
That's it.
And
You don't want to go into that battle.
Yeah.
It's funny because with my wife feeds the cats, Preston. She will. She actually like purees. She kind of runs it through a little blender and puts it in their bowls so the cats are sort of collateral damage. I'll just take it out of the can and scoop it in and put it. And the cats are looking like, what is this? Because it's like I finally just said, this is the way I'm going to do it.
Yep.
You do it your way.
Yep.
They seem to still eat it regardless. But you pick your little things.
There was there's one thing, and I just don't know. Like when it comes to putting the toilet paper on the roll, there's one way to do it. The toilet paper goes over top. It doesn't come from underneath.
Right. I'm with
Okay.
you.
Sure it does.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I don't
wait,
care.
all the time, or you don't care
that
either
is
way?
my
Do not
question.
care.
This is kind of where I'm going with this.
I can have the lights off and put it on. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Because I don't
I'll
know.
switch it.
I don't know if my wife has a preference that it comes from underneath or she just doesn't care. But I do care.
Casey, I heard a term the other day that I'd not heard before when it applied to this very thing. It's beards, not mullets. You want it coming down the front, not coming out around the back.
Yeah.
And I'm the exact same as you and as Kathy, and she is so obsessed about it that she will do it in other people's houses when she goes to visit them.
Oh my God,
you can't do that.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
she got
Why?
one.
Why does that look wrong to you?
I don't know. It's trivial.
I think
I
it's
have no
easier. I don't think
preference.
it's that it looks wrong. I think it's the
Feels
function
wrong.
of it.
Yeah. When you're groping for it in the dark, whatever. In the grand scheme of things, Preston, it's fine. I'll get the toilet paper no matter what. I just have a preference for something that's silly. But beards, not mullets.
Wow.
Okay.
I do pre-balled arrangements. There's a little basket of pre-clumped toilet paper
Oh,
unused.
there you go. That's a good
useful.
idea. People could just reach in and
It's
grab
like
that.
a little bouquet of fresh toilet paper.
There's another one I was going to mention, but I don't remember what it is now. I'm so
More
tweaked out by
produce?
I'm tweaked out by the toilet paper thing. That there's only one way to do it.
Yeah, it's just it's my
It's
way.
your way.
My way or the highway.
It is absolutely my way.
It's my
gotta-
way or the highway.
Yep.
And just case, be nice.
Well, until time to not be nice,
Yes.
you know?
Be nice.
But I don't know if there are people out there that have the preference, not the I don't care, but the
Of the
preference
other way.
of it coming from, under,
That's a good question.
Yeah, because those people are wrong.
I've always wondered, what about putting the roller in like below the floor, like a little, so you can just pull it out of the
Pull it
floor,
up out of the ground.
and then the thing just goes and clamps shut when
I
you're
love that.
Okay.
There you go.
They could make it like a tissue dispenser where you pull
exactly.
up from the top.
Why
like
did that never make the cut?
it's not a
Why
bad
has
idea.
there never been a toilet paper dispenser that dispenses like a tissue box?
In the floor.
Right, in the floor.
I like the floor idea. That's interesting.
I got to go down to the basement to change the toilet paper roll.
All right. Well, we do need to do the bizarre file, and we're going to do that very thing right now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, let's get into some stories. We'll start with this. A 90-year-old Chinese woman unknowingly used an old hand grenade to crack nuts and hammer nails for 2 decades.
Oh, my God. And it was a live grenade?
After finding the unexploded ordnance in a field one day. The woman, surnamed Quinn, told reporters that she was working on her farm when she found this strange metal lump with a wooden handle. Convinced that it was a makeshift hammer, she took it home and used it to pound all kinds of tough objects, from nuts to metal nails. It was only last week when a team of men working on demolishing her old house noticed that the hand grenade that the retired woman learned that she had been gambling with her life every time she used it.
They later found out that her dildo is a bazooka shell.
And she used it a lot, as police reported that the grenade's wooden handle had become smooth and glossy from years of use, while the metallic head was full of dents.
Wow.
She said, "I've been using it at home to pound red pepper, crack nuts, and hammer in nails." After the workers demolishing the woman's house alerted authorities about the hand grenade, police quickly dispatched a special unit that confirmed the suspicious object was indeed a hand grenade, more specifically a Chinese Type 67 that had somehow withstood the abuse that the woman had subjected it to for the last 20 years. The grenade has been properly destroyed to avoid accidental injury.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, then, and in fact, the fact that it never went off.
All right, here's a story out of Clearwater, Florida. A Pinellas County deputy resigned after being arrested for watching and sharing child pornography videos while working at the jail. I mean, there at the place.
Showing like coworkers?
No. But he was using the company Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Detectives arrested 33-year-old Trevor Scott Willis of Pinellas County, who's a sheriff's office detention deputy.
Don, you're going to be on the computer much longer. I have to send some child pornography to a friend.
Receiving information, child porn was being accessed and shared online. Videos showing sexual activities with a dog were also found during the investigation.
Got some new great dog stuff.
The investigators say that Willis used his personal cell phone while on duty at the jail and was logged into the sheriff's office agency Wi-Fi while he watched the videos. When detectives interviewed him, they said that he admitted to obtaining and sending the videos. He was taken to the county jail and resigned from the sheriff's office on Monday morning.
I had no idea that was illegal.
A sicko and an idiot. A Florida woman was arrested for domestic battery after attacking her boyfriend because he declined to cuddle with her.
Right.
Investigators say the cuddle kerfuffle began.
Why don't you want to cuddle with me?
Saturday evening when Jillian Ugan argued with her beau regarding victim's disinterest in defendant engaging in physical intimacy. The dispute
you want to touch me?
Reignited Sunday morning after Eugen continually tried to cuddle with the victim. When the man rebuffed the cuddling, police say Eugen escalated the dispute into a physical confrontation. She allegedly grabbed the victim's chest hair, scratched his face, bit him on the forehead, and broke his phone.
I imagine it looks a lot like when Gary Lauer comes in for the kiss on you, Kathy. We talked about that earlier.
After being read her rights, Eugen reportedly admitted that she continued to touch the victim multiple times after being repeatedly told to stop. Eugen characterized the touching as cuddling. An investigator noted, and she was arrested for domestic battery.
Would you describe yourself as particularly cuddly?
No.
I do hand holding.
I would not. Yes, hand holding,
leg stroking,
touching, and things like that. But cuddle,
finger blasting,
spooning, and things like that. Not really. It's because I get skin on skin. I get too hot.
Same with me.
Quickly.
Same with me.
All right, what are we doing, Case?
Nothing.
One more?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
All right, he says one more.
What?
Hey, one more.
We got a couple things to get to do.
He said a restaurant in Pennsylvania filed a civil lawsuit against a customer after he left a $3,000 tip for a waitress. Yeah, the staff at Alfredo's Cafe in Scranton were left stunned in June 2022 when the customer, Eric Smith, left his huge tip after coming into the cafe and ordering a stromboli. Remember reading this story.
Yeah.
The meal only cost $13.25, so his server, Mariana Lambert, understandably became emotional when she saw how much he tipped. She said, it really meant a lot to me because everyone is going through stuff. It really touched my heart. I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock, she had said later. Wanting to make sure that the money hadn't been left by accident, Matt Martini of Alfredo's Cafe went out to verify the figure and collected additional ID from Smith, who had written tips for Jesus on the check. When Martini asked about the note, Smith explained that he'd been inspired by a social media trend known as Tips for Jesus and decided to get involved after experiencing Lambert's hospitality. In spite of Martini's efforts to make sure that the tip was above board, the situation took a turn for the worse a few weeks later when the cafe received a letter to a letter to say Smith was disputing the charge for the tip.
Oh, come on.
Even after they had gone and verified that he wanted to do it.
They did everything they should have done.
Zachary Jacobson, who also works at the cafe, recalled, we thought somebody was actually trying to do a good thing, and then now we are, 3 months later? Not even, and there's nothing to show for it at this point. So since Alfredo's had already given the $3,000 to Lambert, the server, they were forced to repay Smith out of their own pockets. They attempted to communicate with him on Facebook, but ultimately decided to file a civil lawsuit against the customer. Jacobson said, unfortunately, we had to file charges through the magistrate's office because now we're just out of this money at this point, and he told us to sue him, so that's what we're going to end up doing, I guess. Community members attempted to rally around Alfredo's Cafe by starting a GoFundMe to support the business, but the cafe refused to accept the cash, and the fundraiser was ultimately shut down. At the time of writing, there does not appear to be an update on the lawsuit that Alfredo's filed.
So he entered into, he paid for the meal excessively, but specified what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
When confronted, he confirmed that's what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, that's an abrogation of the original contract.
Yeah, so a few weeks later, he demanded they get it back. They ended up giving it back to him, and but the waitress got the tip, and so now they're suing this guy to see if they can get it to cover their losses.
I'll handle the case. I'm pre-law.
You have a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I have a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
My Stetson.
All right, so the word for the Preston Steve Day Off at Dorney for you today is fun, F-U-N, and you can enter that through the Preston and Steve Show social channels. Facebook, Instagram, Story, X, Twitter, all that stuff. You can do that now and make sure that you do because we have a 4-pack of tickets to give away for the Day Off at Dorney, which is Thursday, July 11th. It is a week from Thursday, a week from tomorrow. Wow. And you get free admission for the day, free parking, early entrance to enjoy the rides that are opening early, including the brand new coaster Iron Menace. Will be broadcasting from that location. Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom for the fun of it, and that's why we're using the word fun today. So make sure that you enter it for your chance to win. We'll take a break, and we'll come back in just a moment, so make sure you stay with us.
Or push buttons and had lesbian love on the board.
Casey's trying to fix this so that we can hear that wonderful sound effect, but it's going to take a little while, so I'll move on.
I bet you other shows can play Woot Woot.
Okay, now the board just disappeared on me.
Everything's shut down.
I wonder if we're even on the air.
Are we on the air right now?
Oh, no.
Marissa, can you go into the other room and just kind of give us a thumbs up? Let us know if you can hear us on the.
I think things would sound different
on the radio
in our
waves.
headphones if we
Well,
were
this is
on
the
air.
longest emergency broadcast signal of all time.
Right. It's literally the board, which is normally lit up with all kinds of crazy blinking lights, is now dead. All right, now it came back on. All right.
Yeah.
Yep, we're good to go.
Marissa says yes.
We're still on the air. Congratulations, guys. We were talking earlier about the three women behind home plate at the World Series, flashing their bibbies. By the way, did that make it on national television?
yeah.
It did, yes.
Clearly. I don't care about the World Series now. So.
There was no mistaking it, and I find myself watching behind home plate a lot. I don't know why, but I get distracted by it, and then you saw this coming on, and it was one of those things where the instant reaction was, "Wait, did I just see what I think I just saw?" Yeah,
right.
Are the mooning and the pressed ham as big anymore?
I mooned somebody last week.
You did last week?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I was going to press ham, but I didn't want to leave. It was down the hall at the other studio.
I didn't see.
Wait, our own coworkers?
Yeah.
I didn't see bare ass yesterday, but I did see a man spread his butt cheeks on the streets of Philadelphia.
What?
Why?
So we were at Steven Singer Jewelers, and we were walking over there, and somebody had pulled over to it was at right at 8th and Walnut, insanely busy there. Okay, so this person had parked his car in a non-parking spot too close to the corner. A city bus is making the turn. The car's parked where it shouldn't be, so the bus can't make the turn. The car is in the way. So the bus driver starts leaning on the horn. Well, the guy who had parked the car happened to be standing right there, and he didn't like that. And he starts flipping off the bus driver. Meanwhile, everybody else is honking their horn, going, dude, move your car, move your car. And the guy bends over, spreads his butt cheeks. I took video after it.
Did he drop trow?
No, he didn't, but he wanted to. He was pointing to his ass and spreading his butt cheeks.
Was he like, "Excuse me, may I ask you a few questions?"
No, but he was spreading his butt cheeks and pointing to it. So it wasn't a full-on moon, and it wasn't pressed ham, but it was
still
very entertaining.
Yeah.
So this chick is winning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's talking about
Are you kidding me? Yeah, done deal.
Totally.
Yeah, of course. But she was winning when God gave her a DNA structure that ended up working out nicely.
But this strategy has worked.
Yeah. So the thing is what do you do next? What's how do you top that?
I think you try to become a Supreme Court judge.
Maybe you do that.
Yeah. All right, guys. When's the next game? Is it tonight?
Yep.
All right.
You going to do it, Case?
Preston and Steve butt plug. Behind home plate. What do you think? Do you think that'll get us some?
What do you mean?
If I put a butt plug in and I moon the camera and it says Preston and Steve on it.
I didn't know.
I thought this was a charity thing.
I thought it was a charity event.
I didn't know you.
I thought he was talking about promoting a charity.
All right, I'll put a can of something up there instead.
Well, we use
It'll be the Camp Out for Hunger.
We say butt plug all the time.
How about inserting a mag light?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going actual butt plug.
No, is it Preston Steve butt? Yeah, I guess you're. No.
There's a fan there putting a full police mag light into his butt.
You know, the game sure has changed, Ralph.
It's for breast cancer.
Yeah.
You got to get to Houston tonight, Case. It's not in D.C. Sorry.
Yeah. Houston, maybe.
Well, you see, D.C. would have been doable.
Right. All right. How much for a
D.C. was viable, but Houston seems extraordinarily difficult.
Wait, what did you say? How much for a mag light?
No. I may have said that. How much? No. For behind the home plate.
Oh,
seats.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes, do you carry full-size mag lights like the police use? It's for my butt.
You check that, or you buy it when you get to Houston? Like
you can buy that when you get to Houston.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's for breast cancer month.
Yeah. Wow.
No, I would do it for Camp Out for Hunger. I mean,
There you go.
That is the
Appreciate
obvious.
Bill Abundance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that way, the next time we're up at the award show in Washington.
Right. They remember, they play little clips.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and everyone was moved to tears when Casey put a mag light in his butt.
Wow.
And said, F hunger in the butt.
Those inspiring words are now etched on marble.
That's the statement trying to be made.
Yeah.
F hunger in the
F
butt.
hunger in the butt. Camp out.
Can't wait to see those signs this year.
Oh my God, no. No, you can't. It's a failure.
Have your son or daughter. Hold it out. Camp out for hunger. Let's circle back to the royal family for just a moment. Kate Middleton and Prince William discussed marriage while they were dating in order to take the pressure off of themselves and make sure they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. In royal correspondent Katie Nichols' new book, Kate, the Future Queen, she writes, there on the Paradise Island, William promised Kate that he was in the relationship for the long term. For the very first time, they talked seriously about marriage, and with the ocean before them and beneath the night sky, they made a pact to marry.
My dearest Kate, I love you.
What island were they on? Does it say?
It says the Paradise Island. I don't know if that means Paradise Island in the Bahamas or not.
Yeah, they went to like a Club Med thing.
Yeah.
Unlimited drinks and you don't have to tip. I left my wallet at home. I can't get enough of Buster Poindexter.
They played hot. Everywhere you go.
It's like Marley in Jamaica.
Hey.
Totally. Oh my God. He's walking, he's got 2 drinks with the little umbrellas in his hand. Do a little sachet.
ID.
As the music's playing.
More jerk chicken, please.
The pair did split.
They call it oatmeal, but it tastes like tapioca.
The pair did split temporarily after they made that pact, but all's well that ends well. Of course, they got married in 2011. They have 3 kids, and it's a wonderful, beautiful relationship.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
Speaking of beautiful relationships, Amy Schumer and Chris Fisher shocked many when they got married in a secret beach ceremony 2 years ago. But ever since, the pair have turned into couples goals for many. She posted a tribute to him, acknowledging what has changed and what hasn't since welcoming a baby together. She wrote, but before we had our little babe, it was just us. I love Chris so much. I hope whoever you are with is so kind to you and also drives you. Oh, I hope whoever you are with. Is there some of the shut up? Just improv that you have been known to, become to known as? I haven't heard that in a while.
It's been a while.
No, I hope whoever you are with.
Asked, is there some of the improv that you have been come to known as? From Touchstone Pictures, The King's Speech 2. Is there some of the improv that you have been come to known as?
Oh my God. Oh. I love that idea. I absolutely love that idea. Pregnant Meghan Markle's sartorial choices.
Yes.
These are clothes?
Clothing, yes.
Okay, sartorial.
It's what she likes to eat at the food court.
Oh, okay. No. Frequently give fans a double take, generally for their stunning elegance. But some are wagging their fingers at the Duchess of Sussex for the skirt that she chose to wear on the final day of her royal tour of New Zealand, Fiji, and so on.
It was a full cooter shot.
Well,
it was up above her waist.
No, it wasn't. She paired a stunning royal blue Givenchy sweater with a sheer blue pleated skirt. So there was some see-through to it.
Well, you know what? She has.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, I see it. But she has had a higher than they usually like the skirts worn with members of the royal family, but nothing outlandish. Whenever she's out, but she still looks elegant.
You can see the shape of her panties.
Yeah, I mean that's a little.
Does
sheer.
it matter that there are sexy photos of her on the internet to the royal family? Do you think? Because when she did Suits and she did some modeling
there's a whole
stuff,
bunch of it.
Yeah,
and Nick, she had actually just done one prior to this whole
meeting Prince Harry.
Yes, and it's excellent.
And the whole family received a portfolio of all of this stuff and said, "Here's what we're dealing with."
She's a beautiful woman.
If you need me, I'm going to be reviewing these photographs in my chamber.
How long is that going to take?
Wappa, 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 wappa.
Fwap, fwap.
That's it.
The fappening.
Wappa wappa.
By the
That's
way,
the royal family version
Wappa, wappa, wappa.
of fap.
why does this all have to rest on her shoulders? Like, why doesn't she have people looking at her going, yo, dude, I can see your panties?
But she makes the final choice.
Yo, dude, I can see your panties. So the Kardashians won big as well last night. And they had a weird speech. They were trying to thank firefighters and stuff, and they actually made their win a tribute to the firefighters. And listen, see if you can hash this out. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It's been a really rough week in our home in Calabasas, Hidden Hills, and our neighbors in Thousand Oaks and Malibu. Our hearts are broken from the horrific shootings and those who have lost their lives and homes, as well as the hundreds of thousands of us that have been evacuated from the devastating fires that are currently burning. So thank you so much to all of the people that have voted for us. This is such an honor.
Did you make that leap there? Did you make that leap?
Okay.
There's a lot of fire out there, but thank you for voting for us.
Are they dedicating the award?
It gets to that at the end, yeah.
All right.
I'd like to dedicate this win to all of the firefighters, the law enforcement, and the first responders.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
I'd like to thank the people what put out the fires.
Like, it just doesn't seem very genuine ever when it comes from them.
You can see the guys who are really, eating smoke and battling flames up. I got great news, guys! Kardashian win was dedicated to us!
Like, I can just see them sitting around, like, when we win, we should, like, dedicate to somebody so it makes us look good.
Listen, I want to tell everyone up there on the mountain, you guys are doing a great job. The Kardashians just donated their win to you on a People's Choice Award. I just want to carry that into the fire with you.
That's the chief going on the radio to tell all the guys.
Attention everyone, Kardashians just donated their win on the People's Choice Awards to you. So I hope that inspires you to go marching into those flames and that super heat and that whipped up win. No word on Little Women LA yet.
Yeah. No. So the only reason that I might consider something like that is after grooming in my intimate areas, is that the stubble sucks.
Prespo, I'm waiting. One second, honey.
You get a little itchiness for a day or two.
So what do you use?
When it freshly grows
use
back
an electric shaver?
Yeah.
That's what I use
electric
for safety,
razor.
yeah. And I like to be shorn tightly for that porn look.
You know.
I just don't find it hygienic. I don't want to have a knotted. I don't want to look like the Legend of Boggy Creek down there.
I only do it like every couple months. Just like, it's getting a little long. So
I mean, I do 100 brushes every night.
Oh, gross.
So the results have apparently rolled in.
Oh, boy.
And we are ready to reveal the final two in the matchup for the Jersey Shore 64 Championship. We started off with the Shore 64, then the Thirsty 32, the Sunny 16, the Wavy 8, and the Fishy Final 4. And now we have a championship matchup. So the two final fights to get us to this point were Maurice Piers versus Core Brothers and Cape May Zoo versus Cape May Lighthouse.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm now ready to reveal to you the winners. Okay. All right, in battle number one, Maurice Piers, the legendary amusement Piers, against Core Brothers, the legendary ice cream or frozen custard or wherever you want to call the place, all scattered all up and down the Jersey Shore. Our winner for that matchup is Maurice Piers.
Yeah. Very nice.
Maurice Piers is down to the final.
I mean, these are all perennials, but they especially have a hold on that shore vibe.
Oh, yep. And they will face off against the winner of the Cape May Lighthouse versus Cape May Zoo matchup. And our winner there is, I can say Cape May and you still won't know the winners. Yeah. The Cape May Zoo.
Recently voted one of the top free attractions in the country.
In the entire country, that is correct. So what this comes down to is that Pierre Aubert is going to have a cool place to broadcast from.
Yes.
No matter what, either at Maurice or at Cape May Zoo. So this is what we have narrowed it down to. And the final will be happening next Wednesday. It will wrap up at 6 a.m. So we will be able to reveal to you, or the voting will be wrapped up at 6 a.m. We'll be able to reveal to you pretty early next Wednesday who the winners are. So pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome, yeah. It's funny how it broke that way, that you had sort of classic attractions as far as the lighthouse and the zoo.
Yep.
And then you had, more of a business, an amusement park.
Yeah.
But still amazing.
I mean, these are two great attractions. They are.
They taste great together.
They do taste great together. What?
Cape May Zoo. Listen to who they beat throughout their run so far. So they beat Waverly Surf Beach, but then they beat the OD.
Yeah.
They beat the Point. And then they beat Keenan's.
Oh, my gosh.
And now they have beat the Lighthouse. That's pretty formidable.
Is it conceivable that they have taught the animals how to text?
Maybe.
A couple of them, maybe.
Maury's beat Longport Fishing Pier and then beat out Ocean City Coffee Company, the Fudge Kitchen, Uncle Bill's. That was a big one.
Okay, listen. They've beaten nothing but like chains. You know what I mean? That's pretty formidable there.
And Cape May Zoo beat out all the bars.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
That's okay.
Yeah, so that's impressive.
At this point, I'll be happy with whoever wins because I think Pierre's going to have a great broadcast from either location. I know who I'm rooting for a little bit more than the other, but either way, it's going to be fun.
You get the say in this, and by the way, it's a chance to win $500 as well. The Jersey Shore 64 is powered by DHY Motorsports, by the way. So I'm loving the way this is breaking down. Two big institutions that are vying for the Jersey Shore 64.
Is there a chance at some point there could be sort of a joint broadcast where we can get some of the animals on the amusement park rides?
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I was at the Surf and Pig last week, and Casey, the owner, was there.
Oh yeah,
and she was like, she was bummed out that they didn't advance further, but she's like, we got on social media and we made sure we had people rallying behind us and everything. But they're so awesome there, and so are a lot of the other places that have been up for Jersey Shore 64. But yeah, they've done their own social media campaign to try to get the ball rolling and had some success in that.
So during our time off, I've made the decision to go down and check out some of these places. And because you guys make it. I get down for our things. I don't get down randomly. I mean, you all do, and have been raving on these places for years.
Well, if you have a home base, it makes it easier for you.
I have a box. I have an old appliance box.
Yeah. Sure. They have campgrounds there, Steve. They'll let you, just set up your box and have a place to go.
It's a good place to put my box.
Yeah. So. Speaking of headed to the shore and holiday weekends and all the stuff that is tied into Independence Day, I did have some food-related things to mention. We're not.
No. Oh, man. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not the connoisseur?
Well, we normally do it.
The music.
We normally do it. Well, you know what? What the hell?
It's okay.
Really?
Yeah, but the problem is we don't have any prizes
We don't
to
have any
play.
prizes?
Yeah, so we're not going to do the movie clips for you, but we can play.
For us?
The five of us.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Marissa knows what the movie titles are. Is there a way for you to put them up without us knowing, Marissa? Hang on a second here, so we can play amongst each other.
Absolutely. Give me 30 seconds. I'll get it squared
All right,
away.
take your time, because I have some other things to get to.
Okay. Then it's the connoisseur.
I really only have two.
Sort of.
4th of July related
that's okay.
things. But we're going to start with hot dogs.
Okay.
Oh.
So we've decided, by the way, we're having some family friends and some family and friends in for the holiday. And a lot of them are from Sweden.
Okay.
Who are coming in to stay with us for the next few days. And we're going to be at the Shore House. And for Independence Day, Rochelle and I decided to do a classic American 4th of July food celebration. And so we're on the grill. We're doing burgers and dogs.
Yeah.
Potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, the straight up picnic barbecue
sushi.
Food. Sushi.
Yeah.
No. Surströmming.
Yeah.
Exactly. No. But so we've decided to do that. And this particular Google Trends research was done on to find the most popular types of hot dogs in the U.S. based on searches.
The most popular types of hot dogs.
Essentially sausages and hot dogs that you can grill.
Okay.
But also the way you dress them up.
Like what clothes they wear.
Not like that.
Okay.
The condiments and so forth that you had. Casey?
Look.
You had a question or?
Yeah, but I forgot what it was.
Okay, it's okay. So they created a map showing what the top dog in each state is, and while some states are into standard options like beef or turkey hot dogs, there are a lot of unexpected faves as well. Nick, be on the standby because a few of these I don't know, and I'll need a little search done on this, okay? One of those is the Korean hot dog.
The Korean hot dog.
Yeah, so it's most popular
So Karnak.
in Texas, Louisiana, Nevada, Kansas, Idaho, and Wyoming. And apparently, it's a street food that is similar to a corn dog.
Instead of the corn, what is used to encase the dog?
Fish cakes, fried in batter on the stick, dressed with
Or
sugar,
rice
ketchup.
cakes, it says, too.
Oh, yeah, or rice cakes, yeah. So, but the corn dog model, Steve, but with different type of batter.
So it says they're hot dogs, cheese, rice cakes or fish cakes in a batter on a stick and dressed with sugar, ketchup, mustard, and or mayo. They are sweet and savory as well. So they actually have cheese in that breading that they fry around it. So
I might try that.
Yeah, I would like to try that.
Looks good.
I've actually, I've kind of soured on corn dogs lately. I feel like the hot dog part of the corn dog.
Did they do you wrong?
No, I just feel like they're not up to my standard.
You know what? They've never been a massive favorite of mine, but every once in a while,
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, you put a better dog in there. All right. Now
we're barking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on where you get them as well.
Yeah,
you know. So, but the classic on the stick.
I find when they're just
As opposed to the
arbitrarily
bites.
handed to you by somebody in an alleyway, they're the best.
Oh, those are the best
Yeah,
ones? Okay. In Pennsylvania, the top dog is the Coney Island dog.
Of course.
That's essentially a chili dog, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's all that is?
Yeah, if you're sucking on
To
a
the best
chili
of my
dog,
knowledge, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much what that is.
And
so-
you don't eat it, Preston, you suck on it.
Yes.
Sucking on a chili dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Sucking on a chili dog.
In fact, as with a flag tradition, Nick, if any part of that dog touches the ground, you have to burn it.
Oh, all right.
Can we get the expanded version of that when you get a chance, Case?
Yeah.
Of the sucking on a chili dog. I just want to hear a little bit more of it. So Coney Island dog, which, Nick, what does it say in...
Who's the Coney Island now, dog?
It's a savory meat sauce that could be, Steve, chili, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a chili dog.
All right.
Sometimes there are beans in chili, and I guess the Coney Island does not have that. It's a meat.
And it looks like onions are required for the Coney Island.
By the way, I am not opposed to beans in my chili.
Me either. No, not at all. By
Are
the
there
way,
any regular? I thought you were going to go like name brands of hot dogs. These are all like
No.
specialties.
yeah, so not only in Pennsylvania is the Coney Island number one, but Massachusetts and Florida and New Yorkers prefer that one. By the way, here's a little bit more of the sucking on chili dog.
Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Chili dog.
That song is by our friend Tom McGovern, who, by the way, speaking of beans, just got the national campaign for baked beans. What's the main brand?
Bush's?
Bush's. Yes, he did a jingle for Bush's, and they hired him. And so next time you see a Bush's baked beans commercial, that's Tom McGovern.
They have
commercial.
a really good long-running ad campaign, and so that's excellent. Congratulations!
It's called Beans, the musical fruit, and then he messes around with the lyrics or whatever. But it's really well done, and he's going to be in town, I think, in October or November. He's going to come in. He's such a nice guy.
Do we know if Mellencamp ever heard that?
That's
riff?
a good question.
Probably.
Yeah. Do you think John would like it?
No.
He'd get angry about it.
He's a sour guy.
Yeah,
Chili
definitely.
dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a dog. Sucking on a chili dog.
What's that meme?
Chili.
That's it's Mellencamp, and it's like a sign, like a warning sign for employees.
It's a picture of him. It's the tasty freeze, and it says, "All employees do not let this man in," or something along those lines.
I love it.
So, other popular hot dogs in America, and I love this one, the Chicago style hot dog. Nick, if you could pull that up, because it has It has tons of stuff on it. It's the preferred style in Illinois, of course, but folks in Oregon, back home in Oregon, and Montana and Wisconsin.
Back home to Oregon, Jimmy.
Wisconsin and Indiana are also fans. So
what distinguishes a Chicago dog?
It has a lot. So it has mustard, chopped white onions, bright green sweet pickle relish, a dill pickle spear, tomato slices or wedges, pickled sport pepper, which is a variety of a pepper, And this is what I think makes it, is they put celery salt on it.
Okay, so
fantastic. But it's a big, like, stuff falling out of it type of hot dog.
So I subscribe to the same notion that an overdone hamburger case, I know you when you start putting too much on it.
Yeah.
I'm not too. This sounds like it's a little busy for me, Preston.
It is very busy, Steve.
I'm going to be in Chicago tomorrow.
Can you pick us up a few?
I'll bring back some back for everybody, but I'm going to try and get a Chicago style dog at Wrigley because the Phillies are playing in Wrigley tomorrow. So I'll get a Chicago dog for everybody.
Nice. Are you going to the game?
I'm going to try to. It's a 2:00 start time tomorrow, and so it depends on what time we get out of Cleveland tomorrow morning. But
you ever been in Wrigley?
I have, but it's been 30 years, so I'm looking forward to getting back.
Can I recommend a trick?
Yeah.
Pretend you're Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
Because she had her show there for many years.
Gotcha.
And you might get in.
All right. Do I look anything like her?
No.
All right.
It's all in the cell.
Gotcha.
Marissa?
Anyone staying in Philly, there is a restaurant called Royal Tavern in South Philly, and they are having a Glizzy's month, a hot dog month, and they have all of these hot dogs on their menu right now.
Chicago dog?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Each one of the ones you've mentioned, you can get all of them, and you can get them with vegan dogs too.
Okay. Ohio is into Brazilian hot dogs, which I've never heard of before. In California, they like bacon-wrapped hot dogs, which I think is a Texas Tommy,
That's
right?
a Texas Tommy, yep.
Georgia and North Carolina like red hot dogs best, and Virginians prefer Carolina hot dogs. So I don't know all of these delineations of dogs. But yeah, Brazilian hot dog, Nick, any luck on that?
Hot dogs paired with a tomato-based sauce, topped with a variety of options such as ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, and then shoestring potato sticks within the bun, and then cheese. So I like the potato sticks idea.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I've been air frying my hot dogs a lot lately.
Oh yeah.
And listen, the hot dog I can fry, I can grill, I can boil, I can microwave, and I can air fry, and I'm happy with all of them. But the air fryer has been a revelation, gentlemen
you were
and
almost
lady.
teary-eyed talking about how good this hot dog was.
I was, and I wanted to. So my buddy Jeff, if he gives me and for lack of better terms, I'll call it a recipe. But if he gives me an air fryer recipe, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try that because he's an air fry wizard. Breakfast meat's in the air fryer, but the hot dog, man, I'm telling you, I threw it in there for 6 minutes for 350 degrees. Then, after that, I took that hot dog, which is pretty much done at that point. I stuck it in a Lissio's roll, okay? So not a regular hot dog bun. I put that back into the air fryer for 2 minutes, but I sprinkled some jalapeno cheddar cheese on it and then also diced up jalapenos. Guys, this is the best hot dog I've ever made in my entire life.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's the best hot dog I've ever had. It's the best one I've ever made in my entire life. It was
You know what?
fantastic.
I want to kiss you.
You want to kiss me?
You want to kiss me? Really?
Yeah. So with that said, if anybody has
Change the page right when I hit. Right when I went to push the you want to kiss me. Lord hot dog.
What the hell's going on?
That's part of that. Wherever my hand went to on the page, I literally was trying to push the you want to kiss me thing because Casey said that, and then Casey switched the page as my finger was about to hit this.
I want to kiss you.
Okay, so
You want to kiss me?
that's all I have to say about that.
It is?
Yeah, that was funny.
All right. So what are the hot dogs? What is dominant in Pennsylvania? Did you mention?
Yeah, the Coney Island.
Yeah, the Coney Island. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. Wait, no, I'm sorry. So Hawaii's most popular is the dirty water hot dog.
My father always used to contend that the hot dogs you would get from the roadside stands, the guy who had the dirty water, that those were the tastiest.
And then Maine has a red snapper hot dog, which you got me. I don't know.
May I just quickly jump in here, President? I haven't given mention of it yet, but the Alpha Bravo Canine event is happening on Tuesday, July 16th. And if you're a hot dog fan, this is to benefit Alpha Bravo Canine. They provide service dogs for people suffering from post-traumatic stress. But the big thing at all the White Dog Cafes, and a number of us are going to be from the various stations, and we're here from the Preston Steve Show, we'll be at a number of those White Dog locations. They sell the flight of hot dogs. So they're like 5, 6 gourmet hot dogs. People freak out. So if you're a hot dog aficionado, I'll be giving you more information. It's up on PrestonandSteve.com, the information, but it's coming up on July 16th. And just figured I'd float that in there since we were talking about hot dogs.
All right, so we're not necessarily doing the connoisseur. So these are clips for us. We here on the show are going to play this, okay?
All right, and we get to play.
Yeah,
And
we
guess.
get to play.
All right.
So
We get to play.
We need to know what movie this kind of barbecue 4th of July food clip is from. All right.
All right.
Here we go. First one.
Perhaps you-
and just raise your hand if you know the answer.
Okay.
Perhaps you and Larry will join us for consumption of mass quantities this weekend. We will ignite our new flame pit and char some mammal flesh for you.
That sounds like fun. I'll make some coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
Should we?
We will enjoy it.
I raised my hand first. Oh, it's Coneheads.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Next one. We'll do another one, then we'll move on to another story. How about this one?
Do you give a shit about a t-shirt?
Just hungry, man. Let's just go out and find some barbecue or something.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
no
One
idea.
more time.
Yeah.
Do you give a shit about a t-shirt?
Just hungry, man. Let's just go out and find some barbecue or something.
I know at first. Go ahead, Nick.
It's that stoner movie with Brewer.
Oh, Jason Confused?
No.
Not Jason Confused. Oh, God.
Chappelle.
Oh, my God. What's the name of that thing?
How high? No.
No.
Not Airheads. That's the other one.
God, it's
This is how bad at this game.
Half-baked.
Half-baked. Thank you. I was thinking Diary of Anne Frank.
This is how bad at the game we are. Was that right, Marissa? Hold on.
No.
Is it, no?
I didn't think it was either, to tell you the truth.
No,
Okay.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I want to hear. I want to hear this clip again because
One
I
more time.
feel like I got it.
Do you give a shit about a t-shirt?
Just hungry, man. Let's just go out and find some barbecue or something.
Is it Diary of Anne Frank?
No. I don't even have to look for the answer.
It
on
is
that
a
one.
favorite movie of some people in the room. It's a very random scene. There are 4 guys
Okay.
fighting over a T-shirt that maybe somebody is in focus and the rest of them are not.
Is it Almost Famous?
Yes!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a terrific. I don't remember that.
Let me play it again. Here we go.
Do you give a shit about a t-shirt?
Just hungry, man. Let's just go out and
Yeah.
find some barbecue or something.
The band gets
Yeah.
the shirts, and Billy Crudup's face is in focus. The rest of the band is not.
Yeah.
And one of the guys in the band just does not give a crap at all. So that's what his default answer is.
At the beginning of that clip, he sounds like the helicopter guy, Preston. Play it
You're
again.
in that
From
helicopter.
what?
Oh, wait. I'm not ready.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Do you give a shit about a t-shirt?
You're in that helicopter. And you're yeah. All right, so here's another story from the Not Connoisseur. You can play the Not Connoisseur music if you want.
It's the Not Connoisseur.
So, a poll of 2,000 men and women asking about females taking over the grilling duty this summer.
Okay. Females at the grill.
Yes, a lot of folks still see grilling as a male-dominated activity. 55% of men said so, and 47% of women. But 53% of all respondents also agree that the idea of grilling being male-dominated is outdated. More than 3/4 think that it should be as common for women to grill as it is for men. It's kind of weird, but that seems to be the truth, that mainly the person you see working the grill is usually a guy. I wonder why that is.
I think I would wonder if by women kind of like roll over. How does that sit with women in general? I mean, I'm sure some want to grill, but I think a lot of times it seems to, well, you do that. Like, in other words,
Right.
you know.
Do you guys want me to chime in here?
Yeah, please.
I've never once touched a grill, cooked on a grill, lit a grill. I know there's one in my backyard.
Right. You just know it's back there.
So this might be one of the reasons why it's. Does Dennis use
Sorry,
it?
I feel like I'm not a good
Yeah.
representation of women. Although my mom does cook, but I don't think she grills.
Claire's
solely
used
my
it.
dad.
Yeah, she uses the barbecue periodically.
Yeah,
but
Michelle doesn't. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
She likes to cook, too.
My brother-in-law is a hardcore barbecue dude. Like every day he prepares, but it's something you just don't really think about, but it is.
Yeah.
You always think of dad out back with the barbecue.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic scenario. Marissa, you do like to cook, and I've had your cooking before. You were good at it. But you live in an apartment, so obviously you don't have a grill. But when you were at home, did you ever grill?
No, I think it was usually always guys' thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because this is just a guess. Like, because you're not grilling, you're not cooking inside, so you're like, oh, I can help and grill outside.
How much of it
Like,
has
I
to
can
do with
take
the
it over.
penis?
Probably that, Steve.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if I get one, maybe I will do some grilling. But I do love like a grill of pineapple or oysters.
Right.
Like things that are really quick. I think it's cooking or grilling that takes a really long time. I have no interest in.
I do. The only thing I don't like about grilling is the going in and out
of the
part of
house.
it. Going in and out of the house to do it.
I totally misread that.
It kind of sucks because it's not sexy. And also, so there are some things that you grill that you have to keep an eye on all the time. Specifically hamburgers, things that have a high fat content to them. They're going to flame up. They're going to catch on fire if you close the lid, and you have to be out there as soon as you start see it smoking. You gotta open it up, and you got to start moving stuff around, or else you're going to get those burns. And so that's a pain. Those are two things that I don't really care for about grilling.
So two things. Do you know anybody who has like the full outdoor kitchen setup where fridge and everything outside?
I've known people. Yeah.
Do they tend to use that a lot?
My brother uses it all the time.
All the time?
Mhm. I mean, it's a full kitchen setup
outside, yeah.
Outside. I mean, and it's great. It's easier because it's none of that back and forth, or
Right.
at least a lot less.
Yeah, you know what? And as much as I like to cook, I don't think I would like outdoor cooking.
I don't think it would be your thing.
Unless I had a full size, fully stocked refrigerator out there already, then maybe, yeah, because you're going in and out of the fridge all the time when you're cooking. At least I am.
You know, we bought a couple of years ago, and we love and there are a couple of companies that make them, the pizza oven.
Yes.
With the propane tank, and ours can do propane and wood. The versatility of that thing is sensational.
How often do you use it?
A decent amount.
Because we were last night. We were at a hardware store and they had the pizza ovens. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. And I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. What are you going to use it once every other month or something like that?
So that might be right. But I'll tell you this: they're easy to clean because they kind of bake themselves into cleanliness. And it gets super hot. And it's really whatever you put in it comes out pretty good.
Preston, the ones you saw last night, how much did they run for?
I didn't even look at the prices, Nick.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much they run.
So we got this one as a joint present for Christmas. I think it was around the $500-600 range.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if you use it enough, right?
Yeah. And we make sure to not. No.
Okay.
By the way, according to this survey, burgers are the most popular must-have foods for the grill. 72% said that, followed by hot dogs, steak, chicken breast, and ribs.
I'm a burger dude, man. I love the burgers.
Yeah, I can't do the Bubba burgers, like those pre-made frozen patties. Can't do it. I'm only doing burgers on the grill.
You're a smash burger guy.
Yeah, but no. I mean, more importantly, I need it to be like fresh ground beef.
Right.
You know, preferably 80-20.
Right. Yep.
You know?
And that's a higher fat content. You're
Yep.
going to get a good tasty burger, but those can flame up definitely.
Hey, what's the difference between ground beef and ground chuck?
It's the cut of meat.
Oh.
So a chuck, I think, is a more prime cut. From the cow.
Is it more expensive?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's chuck. I think so, Nick. Because there's ground beef, ground chuck, ground round.
Oh yeah.
Is another one too, and so it has to do with where on the cow it came from.
And then
I believe, and then round and round is
Round and round.
Stephen Piercy's birthday today from Rat.
All comes back to Rat.
Ground and round.
Ground chuck has a richer, beefier flavor and juicier texture than texture than ground beef made from leaner cuts, like ground round or ground sirloin.
Okay, so I'm going to make this preamble. I'm not sure any of my questions are interesting today, but I'm going to ask this one anyway. Wagyu beef, is that how it's pronounced?
Wagyu?
Wagyu?
Yeah.
Is
Wagyu.
Is that neck and neck with Kobe beef? Is it that same level?
I don't, once you get up into that area, I don't know which is better than the other.
Okay.
I just know that those are primer.
All right.
More prime cuts of meat and more desirable, more tasty. I guess they're raised differently. And they're also different breeds, I believe.
Because it does make a tasty burger.
Okay, hold on a second here. The term Wagyu refers to a number of different Japanese cattle breeds, and Kobe beef is a type of Wagyu. So there you go, Steve. So Wagyu is up there, but I guess that Kobe is... and it says Kobe beef must be from the Kobe City area of Japan.
Oh, it's like champagne
and bourbon.
Like it has to come from a certain, yeah.
Okay.
And not Prosecco. There was another drink that we were talking about where it has to come from a specific region.
Right.
And the Parmesan cheese, like official Parmesan cheese, has to come from the Parma region of Italy. That kind of-
Are you sick? What's going on over there with your
It's
voice?
just a scratchy voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of sexy a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to whisper in your ear later?
You and Michael Barkan sound very sexy these days.
I was making out with Barkan.
Ooh, someone's excited.
So, but it's interesting that grilling seems to be more male dominated. But I don't know well, you know what? Mike has an explanation here. We'll go to him. Hey, Mike. Good morning, buddy.
Yo, good morning, guys.
Good morning, bud. All right. So,
Hi, Mike.
what about men and grilling?
I mean, this is just my, like an opinion, but I think it's because it's very primal, right? It's just
fire
throwing meat on like an open flame. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you're off the base. There's something inherent, since the species began. The fire, the man making the fire,
the god of hellfire.
Right? I think that's part of it. Yeah.
I know. I just think it dates back to that, right? Like, it's just in us. Like, we're not even, like, it's not like a conscious thing. It's just, like, any chance that we could build a fire, we could be around one.
So usually, Mike,
right, like that.
The man would be out around the campfire. The woman would be inside the cave prepping, right, at the kitchen? Be the normal
inside the cave? Yeah. All right, thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. It's somewhat, I can see that. Fire, burning things. Absolutely.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you
burgers.
Perhaps.
And some tasty hot dogs. And some grilled veggies.
Hit it one more time, Casey. Please. Where do we have that?
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you
burgers. And some tasty hot dogs. And some ambrosia salad.
With the fire?
Yeah.
Toasted ambrosia salad.
You know what I always wanted to get?
What?
The griddle.
Oh,
Do
like
you have
the
one?
black
The Blackstone?
Like Casey has?
Yeah. It's great. It is, I think where I have it, because I have it down the shore, it's probably not great for down the shore.
Okay.
Just because of the salt air and all of that stuff. So, but it's so versatile, breakfast, lunch, dinner on that thing.
Yeah, we used to have a small one that was about, like if you put your arms out, about yay big for, just cooking for a couple of people. And that'll get the job done if you don't want to buy one of those full Blackstone things. And that way you can, you can make your eggs and pancakes and sausage all in one spot.
So,
I am the god of versatility. I am the god of hellfire.
And I bring you breakfast.
Have you
on your barbecue?
seen? I'm so sorry if you're doing this thing and I'm cutting you off here.
What?
No, it's okay.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Mr. Clark.
I am the god of hellfire.
Sorry, Satan.
And I bring you.
It's okay. No big whoop.
All right, what then? What?
All right. Have you guys seen Scrambled Pancakes?
Yeah, great band.
No, I have not seen.
Scrambled Pancakes.
What are scrambled pancakes?
It is a new growing trend that people are now, instead of giving you flat pancakes, they are now kind of scrambling them up. And
so I'm thinking it was somewhere on the way to bread pudding or no. Just take a look over there, Preston. That is what a scrambled pancake looks like. It's just pancakes that are scrambled.
Okay.
That's how they're cooked.
They're just, okay, so you don't pour them.
You pour it like you would do a normal pancake.
But then you start scrambling it up right away like you do eggs. You were to pour those in there and keep them moving, and they get that kind of clumpy shape, I guess. Interesting. I don't know if that's better or not, but have you tried it yet?
No, not yet. But it's on the list. Try it.
And then report. Try it.
Try it for your next meal.
Okay.
I am the god of hellfire.
Hang on. We're going to go to a call because we have a woman who cooks on open fires.
Oh.
And we have Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Good morning.
Hi, guys.
Oh, my God.
Michelle. How you doing, strangers?
It's been a long time. Were you up on a mountain?
I called in a couple times, but Brian's not put me through. I guess he don't like me.
Well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
I should have called in about the plants. I was going to call in. I had names for all my plants. I have 50 different plants in my house here.
I thought you said a panther originally. I'm like, well, she's got a panther?
And you name all of them?
Yeah, I call I have a geranium that I had for 30 years. It was a little girl I used to take care of. I call it Gigi.
Okay.
All right. And now give us the other 49.
No, not the other 49.
Let me tell you about cooking.
Yeah.
So up the mountains. Well, I do all the cooking here. I've been cooking since 4 o'clock this morning. And we're going up the mountains, and we have 3 kitchens up the mountains, but we cook over the open fire.
So do you use like if you cook fish, you have one of those fish
baskets?
Yeah, baskets.
We have no, we don't do a basket. It's too messy. We do like a Dutch oven or...
So you fart under a blanket?
Or over the grate. And then we have a big hood we smoke all our food.
Wow, you are very, you talked about being like a mountain girl, and you have encounters with the bear population and all that stuff as well.
Like really around here. Like 2 weeks ago, they were coming right up to our porch. Like we were talking, they wouldn't leave.
Huh. Hey, Michelle, what are you making for the 4th? You guys cooking up something special?
Yeah, we're doing pork chops, chicken, bratwurst. I didn't get a big pork, but it was too big for 2 of us.
Is this going to be on the open flame?
Yep, open flame. I just made a potato salad, macaroni salad.
I bet Michelle's stuff is awesome. Just my gut instinct.
And I cook from scratch. I don't use any. I don't buy beef bouillon. I don't buy chicken bouillon. Everything's scratch.
None of that bull ass.
Yeah.
None of that canned stuff.
Yeah. No, that sounds good. Nice.
Yeah, I'm glad to talk to you guys. I miss you.
We miss you too.
And so you are, but you wanted to represent the females who cook over open flame.
I cook on the grill on the porch. I always have dinner ready when my husband gets home from work. He likes to cook, but I'm the main. I do more of the cooking while he's doing the guy things.
Okay. So hubby is.
The fire will be up. But it's gonna kind of suck with the rain this weekend.
Well, only 30% here. So if you can move your open fire down here, it'd probably be better.
No, we're gonna be up there for 6 days now.
All right. Well, enjoy, Michelle. Thanks for the heads up.
You guys enjoy too. Have a great 4th of July and happy 39th birthday, Casey.
Thank you. And
You do eat 39 pieces of licorice.
Okay.
39 pieces of licorice.
Actually,
You can do that.
Actually, he's 49, Michelle.
No, he's 39 because I was thinking he was 40 because I was going to send him a car and I said, no, I think I'm off a year, and I was right.
No, he's literally turning 49 years old, Michelle.
No, he's not. He's not that old.
Okay, he's not that old. I'm sorry. Oh, boy, I was sorry.
You dare she will throw you into an open fire.
Say hi to Gigi for us. Oh, did you want to say something? All right, say hi to Gigi, Michelle.
Yeah, I'll say hi to Gigi.
All right.
And have a great trip, Nick, out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, where are you going?
Where you're going.
We'll see you later.
Obviously, we're all aware of down the shore, but I mean, I guess I knew, but haven't heard it up the mountains.
Yeah, up the mountains.
Down the shore and up the mountains.
Yeah.
You never heard that before?
I don't know. I guess, like I said, I'm just used to down the shore. I wasn't used to up the mountains.
Well, there was every possibility you would have been up the mountains before you were down the shore, Preston, right? You were looking up the mountains initially.
We did look up the mountains, and we didn't like up the mountains.
So you went down the shore.
We went down.
It was too far to the beach.
Yeah.
I saw a map. Sorry, real quick. I saw a map of all of the beaches that you can go to on the East Coast. From Maine all the way down into the islands, and it's all beach, 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 and then you get to the Jersey Shore. It just says shore. It's the only one that's referred to as a shore.
It's true.
Everything else is
It's
beach.
all beach. Yeah, you're right. All right, so a couple of clips, then we got to take a break. So let's see if we, the Preston and Steve Show, can identify these food holiday-related clips, because this is stuff you would grill.
All right,
so here.
First hand up.
Or kind of traditional 4th of July fare. Here we go.
How do you like your dog, folks?
They're serving dog?
No. Hot dogs. Dutch Country Herefords. Prize winners.
Hot dog.
Stadium Franks. Like they had before they brought in night game.
I have no freaking idea what that is.
I love it, though.
That
I
is
love
a
the
great
clip. Yeah.
though. Wow.
It's Dan Aykroyd and Demi Moore.
Yeah.
It is
Nothing but trouble?
Nothing but trouble.
Terrible movie.
That is?
Chevy
Yeah.
Chase.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Okay.
He looks like he's makeup done up to be like this old hideous man.
His nose is literally a penis.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Good job, Nick.
I didn't get the title.
Yeah, but you were close. This is a group effort here.
By the way, there is like a whole documentary based on the making of that movie.
Really?
That no one could be sold on it, and there were multiple sources, and everyone had heat from other projects, and they all signed on, and it was going to be something great. And then, like a week into filming, they're like, "Oh,
It
dear
was terrible.
God!"
Was Aykroyd the one that was driving the "We need to do this"?
Nah, yeah, but they were all. But they had all these little kind of plump, kind of Oompa Loompa characters in.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the hell was that all about?
Okay. All right, one more. All right, let's see if we can identify this.
I want to buy 8 hot dogs and 8 hot dog buns to go with them. But no one sells 8 hot dog buns. They only sell 12 hot dog buns. So I end up paying for 4 buns I don't need. So I am removing the superfluous buns.
I'm sorry, sir, but you're going to have to pay for all 12 buns. They're not marked individually.
Yeah. You want to know why? Because some big shot over at the Wiener Company got together with some big shot over at the Bun Company and decided to rip off the American public.
All right, Nick had his hand up first.
Father of the Bride.
Father of the Bride. Nice. I was picking up on Steve Martin, but I didn't know what movie that was from. Nice job. Nick McWayne, you win. What did we win?
Good stuff?
Yeah.
You win a Dirty Water hot dog.
All right.
From courtesy of Hawaii.
A French kiss for Michelle.
That's their favorite.
I'll take it.
All right, anyhow. This has been a
kiss me?
bastardized version of the connoisseur this morning.
That was the bastardized version of the connoisseur.
Thank you, Satan. So we need to take a break and come back in a moment. A reminder, the reason we did a connoisseur type segment being on a Wednesday is the fact that we are off tomorrow, and so that means we give away our Word of the Week prize this morning. So get yourself set for that. It's coming up at the end of the program. We'll be back in a sec. Hang out.
Marsha Brady with her hair pressed.
And the stubble's a bitch, but
in the mirror.
That's the only thing I might consider.
So
why I would consider something.
Press, you get your dogs groomed?
Yeah, we do.
All right, so do you have boy dogs?
Do you let them do your crotch?
Well, because I have 2 male dogs, and they have to like shave their peens and their heinies.
Yeah.
Which I've like.
Did you ask if I avoid the dogs?
No.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I was gonna say.
You get thrown off by the peens and heinies.
Do you have a boy or a girl?
We
or
did
both?
the nails, the teeth, and the peens and heinies.
That's the name of the place, Peens and Heinies.
Peens and Heinies.
Have you guys been us on 202? It's called Peens and Heinies.
Come on in.
By the way, I heard Casey on the phone with his groomer the other day, and he was like, so I've been told when I bring my dog back that he's not too calm and that we need some extra help.
I had to get
a big dog.
I had to go and get sedatives for him. I had to go to the vet.
Poor thing.
Dude. And what's crazy about this, and Steve, you can probably attest to this, is that dog is the dog that I want to introduce to strangers because he's so lovely and nice and all that stuff. And the other one,
check out that peen.
But the other dog, who will like literally tear a stranger to shreds, is fine at the groomer, right? Like. It's like they change personalities when they get. And my cats were the same way at the vet.
I use the service that comes to the house.
Yeah, I should probably have that.
The same lady?
It's Avery.
Yeah, I used her. She was good.
Avery's is great, and they show up, and so the whole deal is they get used to going out of the house, right up, step up into the van, which is parked right by your house, right there, and they get it done because otherwise I don't want to have them have a full-blown seizure. And, man, the peen and heiny is great. My dog is peenless, so it's just heiny.
Yeah.
My female.
Yeah, but so somebody was also telling me that a way to sort of combat that, because it's the hair dryer, is to, like, when he's eating, run a hair dryer next to him while he's eating so he doesn't. I know. He's going to never eat again.
Is this the big dog?
This is the big dog.
Yeah. What's the big dog's name?
Reggie.
Reggie.
Yeah.
The dog's huge. Dog is huge and thinks it's a lap dog.
That's the black and white one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually not that big. I mean, he's only 74 pounds. Like, he looks bigger because of his fur.
Preston, you have Yorkies. That's a huge difference.
They're the doodle variety, so they get really hairy. So you have
we're
to
talking
groom them.
doodle peen.
Yeah.
Doodle Peen. That was a kid show, wasn't it? Doodle Peen?
Hi, I'm Doodle Peen. On today's adventure, we teach you how to shave your ass. Shave it real good. Doodle Peen. Showing you how to groom your genitals.
Doodle peen, I have an issue right behind my testicles.
Well, it's easy. Use fly strips.
And now another adventure with Doodle Peen.
It can get awful smelly down there.
Oh, my God.
Like a filthy whore.
Hey, we're going to wrap this up. We got to start
Wrap it up.
We got to
Hey,
start on
kids,
the road.
tune in next week for another episode of Doodle Peen.
All right. With that, we're going to take a break. Kylie Jenner has been hanging out with Drake.
Oh, great.
A month after her split from Travis
This
Scott.
story keeps coming back. Do you think there's something going on between them, or do you care? I'll give you both questions.
Well, I don't care, but most of these stories or most of the comments from quote-unquote sources say that they're just friends. They've known each other for a long time.
I'll tell you what, we talk about the surgical enhancements, and we talk about, the people who overdo it. Whoever, I mean, if you look at Kylie, she's an attractive woman.
Yeah.
And besides the lips, there's she's had a ton of other work done, but nothing where you see all the lines and zippers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's almost like I get mad because it's like you're a billionaire because of what you look like. And that's not what you look like. It's, you know, like A-Rod, is he going to get into the Hall of Fame for baseball because you were juiced up half of your career? So it's almost like your numbers are tainted.
Well, the most clear aspect of the whole hypocrisy of this thing is that what got her over the threshold, what started the Kylie Jenner empire, was the Kylie lip kit, and her lips were surgically enhanced.
Yep. I say to you, Greg.
But is it an indictment of the country?
I'm wearing Kylie lip today.
Oh, I hate you.
I know.
Why?
That she looks good.
I told you I bought it. Yeah.
I know.
I got it at Ulta. I tried one color, and I like it. It's pretty good.
You're giving her money.
I want my lips to look good. All right,
Yeah.
get off my back.
Doesn't look like you're wearing anything.
That's
like
Kylie genius.
That's what it is. That's what I got. I got kind of like a neutral color.
She is.
It's like the Emperor's new clothes.
Yeah.
It's like, doesn't even. All right, anyway, got it.
Without all of the surgical enhancements, she's still an attract. She's East Delco hot, right?
Cute. Yeah. East Delco hot?
Yeah.
I think she's just Delco hot.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, she's not Radnor hot.
I see your point.
All right.
Emmy-winning SNL actress Kate McKinnon is set to headline a new series on UCP.
The hell is that? I
don't know.
Is it the Paramount Network?
I don't know.
Is that Uck?
The series, it's Uck.
You guys watch Uck?
The series
tonight on Uck.
That's Uck. Is it? What the hell?
Where's that sound coming from?
Where's that sound coming from?
You know what it is? It's
What?
we said series and it lit up Siri on my phone. Where's that sound coming from? I can't yell that loud right now. My throat hurts too much.
What the? Well, we have everything you need. Just tell me what you need, and I'll hit it.
All right. Well, how about there's nothing on here.
There's nothing on here.
Thank you. So
Universal Content Productions. It's a it's a division.
We here at
Couple. There we go.
It's the sister station.
Couple.
Yeah, Cup is the sister station of Uck.
Couple.
And it's sister station. Couple.
Cup. Yeah, a couple. Couple. You done?
No.
Okay,
Just give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Couple. Have fun.
And instead of the CNN,
Yeah. Couple.
This is
CNN.
Couple.
This is couple.
Do that, Fred.
By the way, Shake Shack,
Yep.
love their burgers, but I might as well eat them while I'm sitting on the toilet because that's how quickly they go through me.
just for some particular reason.
Yeah.
There is
Do you get the special sauce?
Dude, so
He makes a special sauce.
I literally ate it one time, and I was driving home. I ate it by Helium. There's one right there.
Oh, no.
And I ate it.
Oh, no.
And I had to race. Oh my God! I'm trying to get home. I was trying to get home.
Yeah.
And it was late. It was probably like 10, 11 o'clock at night. I can make
it.
And by the time I got to about Route 1 on 76, I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it. So let me get to the radio station. Quick.
Oh.
Stat, right?
Yeah.
Got to the radio station. Couldn't make it to the fourth floor. I had to dump by outside next to the...
Dude, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did you take a dump? You crapped outside of the building?
I had to.
How long ago was this?
This morning.
God.
Kathy,
I
it was either that or in my pants. What do I do?
Sometimes I don't know.
Right? So I had to do it next to the.
Couldn't you at least pick a competing station?
Yeah. Well, no.
I mean,
Because
I'm also just so open to tell the story. It's amazing.
Oh, not right away. I had to wait a couple of years before the security footage was deleted. You know?
Hey,
Gav!
More FM's right over there.
Right. Q102 is right down the street.
Q102 is down the street. You crap there.
Oh my God.
The story does get a little bit better.
Funny.
How?
How could it?
Ow.
But could you have imagined had he been stopped at another radio station simply because it was an emergency?
Yes.
Right.
Local broadcaster in a clear attempt.
Like a superintendent of a school.
Right, exactly.
Right?
He would have been raised to heroic levels here.
Now, how does the story get better?
Oh, man. I think I'm just going to end it there.
Well, no. You started down the path.
Just say it quietly so we can't hear.
They're not listening.
So,
Yeah.
So I had to
smeared it on someone's car.
I had to leave it there in the grass.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it with me.
Right.
Oh, you didn't want to take it with you?
No. I couldn't. So what
You
ended
take
up.
your dog for a walk.
So.
I left it there.
All right, so a little bit did end up in my underpants. So I had
that was just like a bingo.
So I had to luckily I had nobody can hear this, right?
Right,
All
no, good.
So luckily I had all these T-shirts in the back of my car.
Did you fashion in makeshift underwear?
I literally wore a pink T-shirt as underwear on the drive home. Oh no, it gets better. Okay, so then I'm on my way home and I'm thinking, there is like T-shirts and poop and all this stuff next to the building. All right, so I can't. Like if security goes and they see that on Monday, they're gonna go, well, who pooped here
and look at security.
They're gonna look at security and they're gonna see me like all ashamed, crouching next to my car. So on Monday, I came back to work with a giant trash bag and I had to like collect it all.
Oh my God.
And then throw it in the dumpster.
So he cleaned his spot.
Yeah, I cleaned my spot.
hate you.
I hate me too, Kathy. When I got home,
And this was all because of what?
freaking Shake
Guys.
Shack.
Oh, Shake Shack.
No, not Five Guys. Don't you? talk
They're
bad about-
fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
Where in the building was it?
On the over
By
at
the loading docks. Well, you unloaded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to go. What's that?
Why didn't you come inside?
He couldn't get in.
I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
I do believe me. I'm not.
don't.
This is not a proud moment here, Kathy.
Yeah.
Though you would assume it could have been a proud moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you came back, and that's noble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't necessarily noble. It was self-preservation.
The last thing you wanted is that footage to end up. But what's worse, the footage of you doing it or the footage of you collecting it back up in the bag?
They watched both and they were like, okay, well, he came back and cleaned.
You know, we'll erase this.
All right, so you should eat your hamburger upside down.
on the toilet.
That's what we got.
That's all. That's all I noticed. I didn't. There's
notice.
That's it. I can't top that.
No, it ends there.
I will not be able
like
to.
a derailing train.
Right.
So nobody heard that, right?
Nobody heard that. So let me go to here and more broken ribs. I have. It says Walper. Is your name Walper?
Walter.
Honestly, wouldn't you at least say
Walper?
Is this Judge Wapner calling in?
You got a nickname now, Walter.
Quick, I got this email. I'll read this. It was from somebody who sent this a couple days ago. He said, "Hey, been a fan for many years. I even donated the very first blood drive. Waited in line for 2 hours to do so. But I never thought that I would be one of the poor, unfortunate souls that would need to rely on the generosity of Red Cross donors. I was recently diagnosed with a condition called autoimmune hemolytic anemia, where my own blood attacks my own red blood cells because they think that they are foreign invaders. It was causing me to be exhausted all the time and short of breath from doing simple things. In my treatment, I had to be transfused 2 pints and counting of Red Cross donor blood at Abington Hospital, which, considering the timing, may have come from your blood drive. So Gadzooks, and thank you for many more great days in the morning. And that is from Christopher McBreen. So I just wanted to add another real-life story to those of you who donated to the blood drive and what great jobs you did.
And I think I mentioned to you, we just had the blood drive, a couple weeks ago, but I've already been alerted that I maybe they're modifying, or maybe depending on what kind of blood type you have, but they let me know that I can donate again now. So, which seems pretty soon.
Yeah, that does seem soon.
Yeah.
You may want to double check on that. But if you can donate, please do so, because there are people like him that that rely on this stuff and didn't even know until recently that they are going to they're going to need that maybe for the rest of their lives. Who knows? So, all right. So we are headed into a holiday weekend, which means we're wrapping up the show early this week, and so therefore we must clean out the junk.
It's the junk drawer. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, let me see what I can find here. I thought you guys would enjoy this. This right now, as we speak, is the best time of the year to see the Milky Way.
To see the Milky Way.
In July.
You're talking about from Earth.
From Earth,
Okay.
yes. In July and August, as seen from the northern hemisphere, the bright center of our galaxy becomes visible, but only to those in the right place at the right time as well.
Of course.
So I always
There's
think
always restrictions.
I always think of that it's all the time.
Yeah.
You just have to have the right conditions, but that isn't necessarily the case. If the skies are clear, it's possible to see billions of stars arching across the night sky. Kathy, have you ever seen the Milky Way with your naked eye before?
What's that?
Have you ever been topless looking at the sky?
Is that the spoon-looking thing?
No.
What's
no.
that?
This is when
That's the Big Dipper.
Oh yeah,
moron.
I saw that. I saw that.
Christ.
Yeah.
I want to punch you in the face.
It's when the
Screw
sky
you.
is so clear and the conditions are right that it looks like you were looking at a cloudy sky. That's how many stars you're seeing. They look like clouds. They are that many.
I don't know.
I will guarantee you.
Blow you away if you ever saw it.
I will guarantee you, you have
though?
go back into your deepest memories, because once you've seen it, it is astonishing to realize that celestial tapestry is always there.
Yeah.
But you have to get,
I mean-
you can't have any light pollution to see it.
Like you can see it at the shore or no?
It would have to be exceptional conditions. So most people in North America and Europe have no chance of seeing the Milky Way unless they travel to a dark sky location. Nick, what's that spot in Pennsylvania?
Cherry Springs.
Cherry Springs. It is also necessary to avoid strong moonlight, which makes only about 10 days per month in the summer that is suitable for easily to see the Milky Way after dark. So
so the moon kills it for us.
It can.
Can't we get rid of that thing?
I don't know if they've worked on that yet or not, but your latitude on Earth makes a difference. But generally, the Milky Way is visible in the early morning from March to June, and then in the evening from July to early October. For example, if you want to see the Milky Way in March, you have to be up at 4 a.m. No problem for us.
Yes.
By September, it's an after sunset event. So there are also other factors to consider. You need a moonless night sky, prioritizing the 10 nights around the new moon, which is the moon is not in the night sky, specifically from the last quarter moon to 3 nights after the new moon, when a crescent moon will soon set after dark.
Completely forget this.
I'll give you the dates. Don't worry about it. So that means these are the dates that are the best to see the Milky Way this summer and fall. So June 28th through July 8th. That's right now.
Yeah.
Yes. So also July 28th to August 7th, August 26th through September 6th, and September 24th through October 5th. So sunset and sunrise times, particularly in July and August, should also be considered as they restrict the hours of darkness. This is when you are most likely to see the Milky Way right after sunset. However, you need total darkness to get a good view. So we're not going to be able to see it around here.
You have to make an effort if you really want to do it. When the first time I saw it, to the level you're talking about, I was in upstate New York, like in a very removed area, no light pollution at all. And that first time you look up and go, what in the hell?
Totally.
Yeah.
We were near Branson, Missouri. I was a kid. And I didn't even know that this existed.
Yeah.
I'm like Kathy, a moron when it came to this type of thing. When it came to this type of thing.
Right, but it doesn't mean I'm a moron. It just means I'm not
Not in
interested
general.
in what you guys are interested in. It's
But
okay.
I remember looking up as a kid and just being, I felt, I don't know, man. It felt otherworldly. It felt,
Yeah,
it is.
you got
really.
wood, didn't you?
I got wood. But I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe that is there.
And then
they're like, those aren't clouds. Those are stars.
The frequency with which you see shooting stars increases dramatically. And then the frequency with which you see alien spacecraft and your anal probe rate increases dramatically.
Yes, it does.
Because they land, and of course, that's the first thing they do.
Yeah, they go for your butt.
For your butt.
Yeah.
That's where all the information's at.
So I found this photography website that lists locations, right? And they have a page that says the best Milky Way photography locations. And I searched specifically for New Jersey, and I did 2024 as well. It says Ocean City, New Jersey, and Sea Isle City and Avalon.
Stop it.
That's what it says. Barnegat Light also.
For
Not so stupid now, huh?
Wait, for viewing the Milky Way?
It says literally the title is the best Milky Way photography location.
To be honest, when we had the boat and we would go out on the Long Island Sound and look up, you'd get a really, on the water, you can get a great view depending on where you are. But you're right. Light pollution from close cities or in general, you have to really be removed from everything to really get that devastating look.
So it says Yes, Kat?
No, the Catskills are listed for New York.
Okay, so part of what you need to do, it says you need to let your eyes adapt to the dark for at least 20 minutes before you do the sky watching.
So while you're driving up there, keep your eyes closed.
No, it means not looking at your smartphone or other bright white light sources after the sun sets. And the best way to find a dark spot is to use Dark Skies, Find a Dark Sky Place, or the Dark Sight Finder, or consult a light pollution map, which I guess is what Kathy was looking at, that type of thing. And with suitably dark skies, you can see the band of the Milky Way with the naked eye, but a good small telescope or even a pair of binoculars can help you zoom in on objects of interest.
So I got to break out. I have a good celestron, a telescope that, for morons like myself, that'll find these different positions. But I think if I just take it out and kind of train it up in the sky, go to as remote a location as I can find. I love that stuff.
Yep.
But you just seldom get the time to do it.
But on the right dates, I didn't know about that. So they actually have dates that you can look up if you can't write them down right now. You can do a search on when is it best to see the Milky Way, and so it's right now. We're in it, but obviously you need no clouds too. Cloud cover will kill everything. So. I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
And worth passing along to you. All right, let me go back into the junk drawer. So here's a story out of Iowa. New Iowa legislation. It takes effect actually yesterday or day before. Now allows students within the state to obtain a driver's license for work at the age of 14 and a half.
Wow. I don't know about that.
That's pretty wild, right?
Yeah. That's like a moonshine driving down in the, years ago. Kids, you said used to drive around, right?
Oh, yeah.
On a farm?
Yeah, that farmer's license. Isn't that like a thing? Farmer's license?
I don't know.
Okay.
For young people?
Yeah.
I'm not
You
sure.
can get a driver's license for people that were under 16.
That are using vehicles on a particular farm?
Yeah. But it might travel over to driving on regular roads.
My friend at the time when I was a kid and I was in like 7th grade or something like that, Bubba.
Bubba
was his name.
Perfect.
But he had an old beat up truck and they had acres and acres of land. And we used to go out. He used to drive in that thing. And Steve.
How old?
It was 7th grade. So, I don't know, 13, something like that, 12, 13. And the truck that he had was a manual transmission, Steve, with the gear shifter on the column.
Yeah, I remember that
on the tree
thing.
And we would go flying around corners, and he would, he would drift and kick the rear end out.
And
all
the
this
parents
stuff.
were fine with us.
Yeah,
Go take the truck out.
They were rednecks.
Right.
Yeah. It was in South Carolina.
You're not taking your guns?
Yeah. No, we did.
Yeah.
But so these students could already get a license to drive to school. But the rule was changed due to a Senate file enacted during the legislative session this year. And it included changes like children now being able to drive to work, increasing the number of residences that are allowed to drive to and from, and stricter penalties for traffic offenses committed while using the license.
What would the friggin' insurance rates be like for a 14-year-old?
Yeah. Come on. I mean, think about it. So teens and parents will need to fill out a special form when applying for the license, including school verification and more. Drivers will need to keep some of those documents in their car when traveling to certain locations. So, but I don't know about a farmer's license.
Yeah, it was just something that I had heard of before.
It does make sense, though, because if you're on, a large tract of land and, those vehicles are around and you're capable, maybe that's the way to go. I don't know if that's where you should be porting that out onto highways or something.
Man, I can't see that going out onto roads, though. But then again, this one has kids 14 and a half driving to work.
Well, there is a move to allow 10-year-olds to become commercial pilots.
Oh, okay. And
I think that could be a problem.
We'll see if that passes or not. But I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Something in my junk drawer. Let's see what else we have. All right, when you get prescription... Oh, wait. Here, look what I found in the junk drawer. When you get your prescriptions filled, chances are they come in an orange bottle with a child-proof white cap. But where did this orange bottle idea come from?
I'm going to have to recuse myself.
Yeah, you sent me the story.
Yes. Oh.
And I stuck it in my junk drawer.
Yeah.
You guys have any idea why it might be that way? Why they're in orange bottles?
No clue.
No. But have you ever noticed that they are in orange bottles?
Yeah. Okay. For some reason, my dog's is in a green bottle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. The prescription bottles actually are designed to protect the pills inside from ultraviolet rays.
I thought so.
Yeah. And why didn't you say anything?
Because I didn't. Because you didn't.
You were
want me
scared. No.
No, I didn't.
I'm going to say it. I can't say it.
UV light from the sun and other sources can alter and degrade the chemicals in many medications, making them less effective or causing unwanted side effects.
How often do you look at the dates on the various medications that you take? Because you cycle through them, and the perception is okay, and I'm probably within the ballpark. But sometimes you'll get they'll send you 2 or 3 at once prescription pills, right, for whatever it be, thyroid or whatever.
Yeah.
And I virtually never look at the expiration dates on the medications I take.
Most of the ones I take regularly, daily, so
right.
I don't have to worry about those expiring. But there are a couple.
I take my birth control pills
that have sat in there for a little while from little flare-up things that have happened, little anomalies, and they will sit there for a couple of years. I'm like, oh yeah, this has been dead for 6 months.
Yeah, we had a family friend die a month or two ago, and Steve, he was not well for the last few years of his life, and so as a result, he accrued a lot of prescriptions, and so his now widow didn't know what to do with all the medication because you can't flush it, you can't just throw it away or whatever. So my mom found this place in Chester County, not too far from Chester County Hospital, where they were quite literally recycle or use medication for people that can't afford it. And so you can take old and listen, it's all doctor approved. They go through all of it, and if it has expired,
it's not like it might work. We don't know.
Yeah, they don't just put all the pills in a bin and hand them out or whatever.
Pick a color you like.
They take old prescription medication or unused prescription medication, and then they will give it to people who might need it.
Yeah, interesting.
And by the way, speaking of that, Nick, when you are finished with your prescription, you don't have to throw the orange bottle away. Unfortunately, most municipalities don't accept number 5 plastic, that's what it's called, for recycling. But the bottles can often be donated to those in need. And in fact,
isn't that where you put your travel pot?
Yeah.
Oh, in your old, your old prescription bottle?
It's medicine.
Yeah, I put my weed in it.
Yeah. Put my weed in this.
No, but some animal shelters accept donations for pets that need medications.
You can use them as pet beds.
And it says, just don't forget to remove any identifying information from your containers before handing them off. So, yeah. Some pets use the exact same medications that humans do.
Yeah,
so maybe they'll actually take the meds as well. I don't really know.
I didn't realize that whole notion of giving it to people who can't afford it, Nick. I'll have to check into that.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of colored bottles, beer bottles. There's green, there's clear, there's brown.
So that has to do with
there's
type of
reasons
beer?
for them. Marissa would know; she's our beer expert. But I thought they had to do with protecting the beer.
Yeah, it's the sunlight can affect, or light can affect the beer. So actually, a lot of breweries are phasing out beer bottles
for
because
cans.
it's not for cans because it keeps the beer better.
I have noticed a big influx in cans.
Yeah,
I think is it because they've perfected the old thing used to be you could taste a metallic. Wasn't that it?
I don't know. I don't remember that. I never have had a metallic taste.
Okay, I don't drink, so I don't know.
I just think a bottle feels better or something to it.
How about like a German Stein, Preston?
There you go.
I
have a couple of those.
Oh yeah, you do. I agree. I like a bottle, but I think cans are cheaper and easier to store and less chance of breaking, and they're lighter. And then, like I said, I think the glass protects the beer.
What was the one that came with the little canister of CO2, I think it was? Or
Guinness. When you open it up, you hear the little
Yep.
It would sort of give it that tap.
Yeah, it would carbonate it. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the same thing of wine bottles are phazing out corks for screw tops.
But they're coming back.
Are they coming back?
They're bringing
Kathy?
the cork
Really?
back.
Now, why were they phasing out cork? Because they were running low on cork?
Because it was a cork. When you put a cork in a wine bottle, there's the potential of it going bad. When you put a screw top on, not so much, not as much.
Okay.
Yeah, because when the wine goes bad, it's because of the cork.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Are the corks coming back because it's trendy and cute?
I don't know why they're coming back, but some of the bottles that switched over to screw top have now gone back to cork.
Because JoJo Siwa said.
Someone told me why. Someone in the wine industry told me why they're bringing the cork back, and I can't remember.
Do you have one of those?
Yes.
Like Claire has one of those things.
I know what you're going to say.
Right?
That you don't have to
pump
open you don't have to puncture the cork and pull it out.
It's like a hypodermic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure how it was going to work, but it works wonderfully. It's great.
There you go.
All right.
Do you ever bypass the glass and just drink it right out of the hypo?
No, but I mean, I don't have to, because sometimes I'll open a bottle of wine, have a glass, and then it'll sit, and it'll sit there for 2 weeks. It's ruined. I got to throw it out. So now I use that, and it's great.
So
I haven't ventured into the champagne bottle yet, though. I'm wondering if it works for that.
If you ever want to see around Christmas time and the Sharper Image, or is it Hamlicker or Schlemmer or whatever?
Yeah, Schlemmer Hammer.
They all have those. There's like 2 or 3 pages of like home wine racks, these kind of devices, Kathy, and people buy them, and I'm sure half of them get thrown away.
Hang on a second. We have Kelsey is a brewer who's on the line. Hey, Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, what's up?
So I used to brew beer for a living. I do not anymore. But in my brewing career, I took this brewing intensive science and engineering course, and the reason behind the light of the color of the bottles is to prevent the sunlight from getting in.
Right.
If sunlight gets in, it can actually like oxidize the beer and cause some like foul flavors. And so Rolling Rock, actually, a long while ago, they noticed this like imperfection in their beer, that like the lighter colored bottle was actually letting some sunlight in. And so they changed the color of the bottle to a darker bottle, but all their customers actually liked the flavor of it. Mm-hmm. So they had to change it back to the...
They liked the sun treated...
Tainted.
Yeah, beer.
Yep.
But
and same with like Heineken, it kind of has that like kind of skunky flavor, and that comes from the oxidation of like the hops.
You're talking about 2 beers that have green bottles.
Yep.
As well. So that green color made a difference?
Absolutely.
And Yingling has a green bottle.
Yeah, it's true. So what about that with Preston's noticing that there seems to be a big turnover to using cans right now instead of bottles?
Absolutely. I actually live in a beach town down in Wilmington, North Carolina, and that's been like a huge trend. Just mainly in this area, people can bring cans onto the beach, whereas there are some beaches or shores with regulations that don't allow you to bring glass onto the beach. So that's a great loophole around that.
Oh, it's a loophole.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but it's totally with cans, like they're easily recyclable, and they totally like don't allow light penetration or any UV light into the beer. So it totally protects the flavor much more better than a bottle.
It's funny because the can helps you avert penetration, but the beer inside will lead to penetration.
Most definitely.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Kelsey,
Most
thank
likely.
you.
That's why I don't drink anymore.
Good call. All right, thank you, Kelsey.
Take care,
Appreciate
guys.
it. All right, see ya. All right, well, I thought that was interesting with the the medications. That's why the orange bottle.
They're best taken with beer is what we concluded, correct?
Sure. Yeah, try it today. All right, let me go back into the junk drawer and see what we can find here. Oh, look, I found someone from Sweden. Do you guys want to talk to somebody from Sweden?
Absolutely.
Let's hey, Gustav, come over here. Come here for a second. We're gonna put. We have some Swedes that are
Studio
staying with
full
us
of Swedes
over the next few days, and they're coming by for a visit. And Gustav has the coolest name, I think.
Gustav is a cool name
of our Swedes. Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Welcome back to Philadelphia.
Thank you.
What was the last time you were here, Gustav?
Exactly 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Yeah, you came by and visited.
Yeah, we
that
were
time.
standing here in the studio.
Right.
So Rochelle's family, she has family in Sweden, and her cousin is here and brought some friends that came and visited us a few years ago. And this time around, we're going to show them the Jersey Shore.
Oh, you've not seen the estate out at the shore?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, they've we did last time they were here. They wanted to go to Lancaster.
Did you do that? Did you make it out?
Yeah.
Intercourse.
Yes.
I remember that.
I to go to intercourse.
Yeah. Did you get a sign? Because that's a big thing everyone has to buy.
Took the picture.
Yeah.
I still have it on my phone.
But an interesting story to remark about Gustav was last time he was here, he was very excited to go to Walmart.
Yes. Yeah.
How come?
Is it the largest company, the largest retail company in the world at this point?
Well, it's a lot of things you can see there.
Right.
Like it's a big store, so it was just.
It's a department store and it's also a horror movie at the same time. Yeah.
But we found a really cool Bud Light hat that we gave to Eric.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It was a Bud Light
We had it here in the studio.
Yeah, it was a Bud Light cowboy hat.
Right. I do remember
Made from
that.
12 packs.
Oh, that's perfect.
I mean, it's excellent. And I heard you brought a special tie with you.
Yeah.
What did you bring?
The American flag tie.
Yes.
For 4th of July?
Yeah, for 4th of July.
Oh.
And actually, Rochelle bought it to me last time we were here, so I thought I would reuse it here.
Yes.
Hey, what do they do for the 4th of July in Sweden?
Celebrate 4th of July.
Press, did you get, listen, you're obviously going to see a fireworks display, but did you get any? Did you get any fireworks?
Oh,
did you go to
no, we
Keystone
didn't buy any fireworks.
Okay.
But you're going to be down at the shore. Apparently, right? They're going.
Yeah, we're going to see all the fireworks displays while we're there. But we're not going to be shooting off fireworks or anything like that. Are fireworks legal in Sweden for people, regular citizens, to shoot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've heard they just dip Swedish meatballs in gasoline and shoot them into the.
But they have nerfed them a lot. It's like 10 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. But these guys are in for the next few days. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'd love to visit Sweden. I know you've been. My wife has been. And it just looks phenomenal.
Yeah. And our old intern.
Give us a call.
Yeah.
Antonina.
You'll pick us up.
Yeah.
Lives
in Gothenburg. And so we got to have her back in again
Does she
sometime.
still do a radio show?
You know what? I've not talked to her in a while, so I am not sure if the radio station is still up and running or
Well,
not.
they'd be sad because they were doing pretty well.
Yeah, she had a station called Pirate Radio.
Yeah.
It was Preston and Swen in the morning.
Preston and Sven?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
She hasn't posted anything on Instagram since 2023.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, on Pirate Rock.
Hey, wait.
She has another personal thing. What?
Gustav, can you read this?
Yeah, what does that say right there?
Here, let me read this for you.
In English, if you could translate that. It's a post.
You got to be close to the mic. Sorry, buddy.
We won't be able to read it. Here
you go, yeah.
Hang on a second. All right. What does it say?
10 years, super crazy. It's been 10 years, and we started this off with Pirate Rock. Come and hang with us on this evening, and the boots in the roof.
Boots in the roof.
Boots in the roof.
So what's the date on that,
name
Nick?
of a place.
February of last year.
Okay, so as of last year, they were having an anniversary of the radio station.
And can you read it in Swedish as well?
Yeah, can we hear it in Swedish? Move the microphone over there, 'cause I'd like to hear it.
10 år, helt galet att det har gått 10 år sedan vi kickade igång Pirate Rock. Kom och häng med oss på denna kväll. Klackarna i taket.
Hey. You know, Ricardo Montalban used to say a man who can speak 2 languages is worth 2 men.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's what he said.
Oh, interesting. All right, thank you, Gustav.
Thank you.
Figured we'd have some ABBA for you.
Who lives near?
Rochelle's aunt and uncle.
Yeah, live right near
Bjorn's house.
Bjorn's
right?
house.
Rochelle? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Bjorn, what's his last name? Any idea, Adrian?
Borg.
Bjorn from
ABBA.
Bjorn from ABBA. I think it is Gustavsson.
Bjorn Gustav?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There's only 5 names you can pick from.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Sylvius.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I don't know what they're saying.
They're saying
Sevilla.
Bjorn Ulvaeus?
Yeah.
There you go.
Ulvaeus. All right, that's it. All right, one more thing, and then we'll have to take a break that I found in my junk drawer. I thought this was interesting. This is really offbeat.
All right.
So Kurt Russell, the actor.
Yeah, he's not so offbeat.
No, the actor. His first movie was in the 1963 Elvis Presley film, It Happened at the World's Fair. He was 12 years old.
Yeah.
And this was a early job that parlayed into a successful career as a teen actor. And throughout the 1960s and 70s, he appeared in multiple high-concept comedies for Disney. He was like a Disney darling when he was
The
young.
computer wore tennis shoes. I remember there was a whole bunch of them. He was the guy.
Yeah, Now You See Him, Now You Don't. The Strongest Man in the World.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Super Dad, Charlie and the Angel.
Super Dad with Bob Crane.
And The Barefoot Executive. And it wouldn't be until Robert Zemeckis' 1980 comedy Used Cars, which Steve and I love.
One of the greatest comedy movies.
That Kurt would begin to shed his squeaky clean teen image and begin appearing in more mature films, R-rated genre fare, and heady adult dramas. But there's an interesting thing. He and Walt Disney were really good friends when he was a kid, and he spent a lot of time with Walt Disney himself.
I had heard that. So this is true that they hung out a lot together?
He called him Uncle Walt.
Wow.
And he had that kind of familial relationship with him. According to an article that was written from Entertainment Tonight, Russell said that he was allowed to be totally frank with Disney and that he would play a lot of ping pong with him. Russell also recalled deeply moving connection to Walt upon the mogul's death in 1966. It seems that Walt Disney was thinking about Kurt Russell on one of his last days in the office. The article pointed out that Walt met with Russell when he was 63 years old. No, it wasn't that.
Kurt Russell.
63, and the actor was only 13. Disney knew Russell had the potential to be a massive star.
Yeah.
And Russell famously signed a 10-year contract while he was still in junior high school. And for a spell in the 1970s, Russell was Disney's most bankable star.
His last movie for Disney was My Butthole Can Talk, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Walt, perhaps understandably, wanted to keep his young star happy and would communicate with Russell often.
That's wild.
He said we used to play, Kurt said we used to play a lot of ping pong. We talked a lot. He would ask me what I thought of things, and he knew that he was getting a straight answer from me. And Disney died in 1966 at the age of 65, only 2 weeks after the release of Russell's first Disney feature, which was Follow Me Boys. I remember that when I was a kid. But here's the interesting thing about it. A few years after Disney passed, he was taken to the old man's office to ponder his work, and it seems that there was a slip of paper on Walt's desk that merely had the words handwritten Kurt Russell on it. And according to Kurt, this was the last thing that Walt Disney wrote was his name.
Kurt Russell.
What?
Yes.
Had
And
he
to
flipped it over, he would have seen the continuing words, is a dick.
No. To this day, no one knows what he was about to write about him.
That is amazing because at that Walt Disney at that time, so you take your Jeff Bezos's and your Elon Musk's and Disney was that level
yes.
of entrepreneur. I mean, if you watch the making of it's on the Disney Channel, of the creation of Disneyland and Anaheim and just the animation factory and everything that was involved with it. The guy was just way beyond his years.
Yeah. And so for whatever reason, and they don't know why.
It's amazing.
He hand wrote down the name Kurt Russell, and in the office, that was the last thing he ever wrote.
Maybe he was thinking of Jane Russell. For God. Kurt Russell. Oh,
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe.
Wow. It's funny because his first movie was an Elvis movie, and he later played Elvis in a made-for-TV movie directed by John Carpenter.
He was a big fan of Elvis, yeah. Russell, who is now 73, has continued to appear in Disney productions. He played the narcissist god Ego in James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and that was a Disney flick. And he owes a lot to Walt Disney and was happy to briefly be back into the fold.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
Never knew that about him.
I think getting Kurt Russell on the show would be a tremendous gift.
Oh, wait a minute. Nick
Remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's the first thing I remember Kurt Russell. He was a jungle boy on Gilligan's Island. And,
Yes, yeah.
Gilligan was just wandering through the woods.
That was back when it was black and white.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
by that point into the series, and we're talking maybe half a season, the fact that they all didn't determine that their best shot at getting off the island would have been to murder Gilligan. Right?
Strangle him.
Just
hit him
kill
with a coconut. Something.
Kill him.
Yeah. That would have fixed everything.
Yes.
All right. But that's it. We're going to close up the junk drawer because we got some other things to get to. So we'll do that now.
That was the junk drawer. Preston's closing up his junk drawer. There's nothing left here in the junk drawer. Until next time, that was the junk drawer.
All right, with that, we'll take a break. We'll come back in a second. We got B-File stories to share with you. Don't forget Word of the Week prize. We are going to give that away today. So stay with us and we'll also get your Dorney Word of the Day for your chance to win tickets to join us for Day Off at Dorney. Here's a little information about that, by the way.
Preston and Steve.
Yeah, you hear what happened to old Walper.
That's not even a mistype. I'm looking at the T and the P are like nowhere near each other on the keyboard.
Walper.
Name's Walper.
Let me get that straight. Your actual name is Walter. And what happened to you? So what happened to you, Walter?
All right. Well,
All right.
I've broken my hand.
Yeah.
fractured all my ribs.
Were these fights over your weird name, Walper?
It's not my name.
This guy's name's Walper. I'm gonna punch you.
But at least you got a great nickname today.
Walper.
Well, hang in there, brother, okay?
From Touchstone Pictures, the inspiring story of a man named Walper. I've seen him. He's got some medical issues, but the worst thing is his name is Walper. And then a young therapist came into his life. Hi, I'm Kathy Romano. We're going to change that P to a T.
Simple as that.
And then his life turned around.
I'm the head of a Fortune 500 company. And I can do the saber dance.
That morning show's not making fun of me anymore.
Oh, man. A little while back, I had this idea. If we were to cast WMMR, the movie,
Yes.
who would play who? And we
That's
went
right.
down a list of people, and we had people suggest, and we eventually narrowed down the cast of the WMMR movie.
What celebrities would play?
Exactly. And playing our program director, Bill Weston, John O'Hurley was the overwhelming
You were
I am-
the overwhelming choice.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. I was hoping he'd have higher standards.
So to understand Bill Weston, he has a bit of your delivery. He is somewhere between Peterman and Ted Knight. So
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
and that would
agreed.
be right, and that
Agreed.
would be the deal. So
we figured we'd come up, actually, Steve did come up with some lines that might be indicative of Bill.
these are things that he has said in various forms.
And we're calling this the Bill Weston story, Soup. There it is. He hates soup. It's a long story.
So a lot of this is very inside.
Do we have any soap opera music, which would...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, give us a couple of Bill Weston lines. That'd be wonderful.
Here we go.
Okay.
Preston, try to refrain from mentioning on air that you occasionally use Band-Aids. It makes you sound privileged. I just saw the most amazing thing while driving in today. Firefighters were collecting donations at various intersections. Is that a Jewish thing? So last night, I was jarred awake from my slumber by a horrible nightmare. Both Preston and Steve were there in the studio, sitting on horses and eating soup. What say we file that one under who gives a crap? Oh, that recently widowed quadruple amputee was a terrible guest. She didn't bring the ha-ha.
Perfect. And last one.
On today's show, you had the Pope driving in a go-kart, you solved the John Benet Ramsey case, and you raised Kurt Cobain from the dead. I'd give it a C+.
I couldn't have asked for better.
My
Hall
God,
of
that was
Fame.
absolutely perfect.
Yep. I am nothing like that. All of that stuff is taken out of context.
My God, it's like looking in a
mirror. It's like, by the way, the interview, I'll give it a B+.
B+.
No,
I can-
that was terrific.
Oh, well,
thank you very much. And for playing along with, absolutely. I don't know, you're reading
Gold. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
All right, we're gonna have to probably pay a retainer to use that. So no drops. We're not gonna use those as drops. But thank you very much. That was a great interview.
By the way, who was the singer who did that ghastly song, Pina Colada?
Oh, Rupert Everett. Or wait.
Rupert Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch.
No, it was Rupert.
Rupert Everett, wasn't it?
I think
Not
you're
the
right.
guy from Harry
No, Rupert
Potter?
Everett's an actor.
Yeah.
Who the hell am I thinking of? I'm way off.
Oh, don't play it. Oh, it makes me ill.
I love
this song.
I detest
What's his, Rupert
every
Holmes.
second of it.
Rupert Everett is the actor.
I rarely would beat up on a song. This song makes me want to vomit.
Midnight.
Oh, stop it!
in the dunes of the Cape.
Wait, why do you hate it so much?
It's hideous. It's first of all, he says, my lady. You know, my lady. We got some problems with my lady, my old lady. You know, and then I'm going to look in the newspaper and hook up some chick. And
This would definitely be yacht rock.
The same my lady, and the same chick is hooking up with me that I was trying to get away
I'm
from.
surprised because it's very Buffett-esque, and
It's
you
not
are such a
Buffett-esque.
huge
It's
Buffett
ghastly.
fan. Okay.
It's ghastly.
Actually, Jimmy Buffett has said this is a perfect song.
He has not. He has not.
Pierre, it's all rock and roll.
See?
Yeah, isn't it all rock and roll? Isn't it all rock and roll?
All right.
Oh, man.
Turn myself against me. Turn.
It is about having an affair. Like he's trying to set up an affair, and his wife is trying to set up an affair.
Rock and roll.
When you listen to the lyrics,
this crap.
it's pretty messed up.
All right.
That's the great thing about rock and roll.
I'll stand.
You're into, as long as it's not Rupert Holmes, because that's crap.
See, the danger on this program is to reveal any vulnerability, and then it will be immediately seized on by the rest of the masses on the Preston and Steve compound complex, and then, but not just once, they'll save it in that file, and then when you least expect it, pull it out.
Well, you know now this will be something for you for a while.
Yes.
And then you'll be able. There was a second though Rupert Holmes song. Yes, there was. Besides the Pina Colada song. Do you remember that, Preston?
Dry Martini?
I don't know. Nick's going to have to look it up.
check, yes.
Something called Him, Steve? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Sing it, Nick.
But it came out in 1980. Pina Colada came out in 1979, so it was right afterward. But
maybe
he was that was a hit single.
It's him.
By the way, you just said pina, and I've heard that that's technically the way you say the drink, pina colada.
Pina colada.
Although I always used to say pina colada, but he sings pina colada. If you like pina colada,
It's actually piñas. Yeah, and
when you have more than one.
I hear pina colada. Hang on, let's
Here,
listen.
let's play it.
Oh no!
Here we go.
What have I done?
I hear pina.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
you're just looking for reasons to hate it.
It's actually it's a letter. It's a letter in the Latino alphabet, an enya.
Yeah.
Is that actual?
And
letter.
also, she was an old rock
Enya.
darling.
She was, yes. She.
Orinoco Flow.
That's right. That was Enya. I forgot about that. Oh my God.
All right. On my program today,
That song is bizarrely hypnotic too, isn't it?
Which one?
Orinoco Flow.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry, Pierre.
Take two.
Try that again, Enya.
Sorry.
That's rock and roll.
That's Orinoco Flow.
I like the first one better.
One more time. We're going to have to go again. I love that. And they're in the booth telling her she's got...
And you can say that again.
In the land of peace.
Oh my God.
Let's do that again, Enya.
You don't want to leave it in?
I just coughed up a manatee.
God. Someday yodeling's going to come back.
It will be.
It's all rock and roll.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yodeling is rock and roll.
Except for Rupert Holmes, who is the biggest cancer in music. A tumor that needs to be excised. I wish him unending misery.
Where did he go? He's on the floor.
You killed him.
I'm so
Whatever you're
surprised he
into.
hates it.
I don't hate. I don't love it. I don't
Any
embrace
kind of
it.
rock, country rock, except for Rupert Holmes, who stinks so badly. He taints everything he touches. Like a plague he is on music.
There goes my peace and love.
Yeah, what do you mean you don't hate? You just tore him apart.
I take it all back.
By the way, somebody texted and said I would listen to an entire show of Steve doing cough takes and famous songs. Okay. I'll leave you with one more thing.
If you like
Rage on and have a great day, gang. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Please welcome the one and only Mr. Mickey Hart.
Yay! All right.
Morning, Mickey.
Okay.
Wow, I love the way you did that.
Well, thank you. I love the way you
That was really great. You had rhythm. You had rhythm.
See?
Thank you.
You know,
Who could ask for anything more?
Let's get right into that. I love that you love rhythm so much. It's a huge part of your life.
It's everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not melody and it's not harmony, but it certainly is rhythm.
You were exposed to percussive instruments and rhythm early on. Your dad was well known and well respected. And
I wouldn't go that far.
He was a musician?
He was a musician?
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, really? All right.
But he did dabble.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
More
And
than
then,
dabble,
and then
actually.
you were working in a you had a job and you were
I had a job once.
a jazz club
Once.
Yeah.
A long time ago. I can't remember the last time I had a job. Just thinking,
You don't call this a job?
of the idea of having to have a job just gives me the willies. I mean, what would I do with the job? Oh, my God.
You wouldn't be a 9-to-5 guy working the cubicle?
No, I doubt it. But if I had to, I would.
You would.
Yeah, but I don't have to, and I won't.
Yeah.
But so you don't view what you do as a job?
Oh,
work.
no. It's a service. It's a service industry. I mean, that's what music is all about. You know, you provide a place where people can come and have an emotional moment,
Right.
and and ritualize. So, yeah, I know, and I think it's very profound, and I'm very, what should I say, honored or blessed or whatever you want to call it, to happen to fall into this universe as a percussionist or a drummer. You know, to be able to do that is,
But maybe even
it's a
people.
good thing.
Yes.
People who are maybe in the same situation as you, viewing it as a job. The fact that you don't view it as you view it the way you do.
It's not easy, but it's not like a job. It's like when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is think of, the new day and what kind of new rhythms there are in it and how I can interpret that. And that's what musicians do. They interpret, society and whatever, you've seen or whatever it is, and they lay down that groove. And every 5-10 years you find a new groove, and you work at it. Yeah, you do work at it, but you work at play. You work to play.
Sure.
You have to keep your skill up. I play every day 2 to 3 hours.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Absolutely. In order to get up there and do what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an athletic event. It's not like lounge drumming and stuff. This is the power stuff.
Well, speaking of reinventing and finding new grooves, I want to ask you about John Mayer, because he's been with the band and touring with you guys for a stretch now. And I think a lot of people initially dismissed him as poppy and not the really great, incredible guitarist that he is. And from my perspective, he seems like the perfect fit for the Dead, because he holds you guys in reverence, but he can also hold his own. What are your impressions on John?
John's a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
He's a gunslinger, as it were. And his guitar, he's beautiful. He plays great. He fits perfectly in the band, and he's
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, the Beef File this morning is brought to you by Horizon Services, and they can help you keep cool this summer with big summer savings, including free same-day estimate and next-day installation of your new AC system. Book at horizonservices.com. So in Michigan, an 11-year-old girl suffered significant injuries after an illegal device exploded in a home. Initially, the incident was thought to have been caused by a firework. However, it was instead an illegal explosive. So Caitlin was with her twin sister when she mistakenly lit the device.
Oh, man.
Oh.
The girls realized it was a mistake and attempted to stop the device in a bathroom sink. And by then, it was too late. It exploded. Caitlin's right hand and forearm needed to be amputated.
I'm thinking like an M80 or something?
No, it's beyond that. So her sister had minor cuts and bruises. Caitlin's mother, Jaminqui Conway, said, someone brought dynamite into my
Dynamite?
home. My daughter didn't know what it was and lit it. It blew up in her hand. She lost her right hand. Caitlin has been released from the hospital since having surgery. The explosive damaged both the interior and exterior of the home, deeming it uninhabitable. Police confirmed that the device was not a commercial firework. It was an illegal explosive. Remaining material from the explosive is being tested by the Michigan State Police Laboratory. Investigators said the device belonged to the girl's grandfather, who left the device in plain view and unsupervised. He was arrested, but the prosecutor's office did not press any charges against him.
Hey, kids, you want to play with some dynamite?
A GoFundMe page has been set up for the family. Wow, that's pretty messed up. A scenic viewpoint near Mount Everest became an unlikely battleground last week when two pairs of sightseers clashed over the prime photo spot. The brawl, which occurred at the 8848 viewing platform in Tibet, erupted after a tour guide suggested the couples pose together for a picture. But what began as a verbal dispute over the best place to pose quickly devolved into a physical fight, with footage showing the tourists wrestling and exchanging blows.
And what altitude were they at?
I don't know what altitude they were at, but they were fighting over the fact that they wanted to get a better picture than the other. Local law enforcement eventually intervened, separating the fighters and detaining all four individuals for a further investigation.
I sent an article to Nick. We were talking about it. There's one of those, it was a couple of weeks ago, one of those conga line to get to the summit things, Preston, where there was just, it becomes incredibly dangerous at that point. They were just a line.
And the reason it ends up that way is because sometimes the window is so small, people wait and wait and wait and wait, and then they're allowed to go, and they all go in one mad rush. And that's why you get that huge line like that. I also saw another story about how more and more, because of the warming in that area, more and more of these dead bodies are starting to essentially emerge in the snow.
Upset.
And they've got it, and now they're getting people to crews to come up and take them down.
Yeah, and they're using drones and stuff too.
Yeah. A doctor in Bihar, India, allegedly severed her boyfriend's penis in a shocking act of revenge after he failed to appear at their wedding.
Oh, my balls!
The incident occurred after a 5-year relationship where the unnamed 25-year-old woman repeatedly tried to convince her partner to marry her, finally getting him to agree. But when her boyfriend didn't show up on the wedding day, the enraged woman lured him to her house and allegedly attacked him with a knife. After hearing the victim's screams, neighbors called the police, who arrived to find the severely injured man and arrested the woman.
I've always wondered, because this has happened a few times, what is the maneuver that allows you to perform that quickly?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to practice at home, I assume, right?
Well, and she's got to get him naked at some point.
Got to get him naked and got to do one move, because it's not like he's going to wait for you to complete it.
I do not know. Maybe I know what she did. She did the old, hey, look over there.
Yeah. I cut your penis off. Hey, got your nose. Yeah, right? Or maybe she sedated him.
Maybe. I don't know. A UK man has experienced severe chemical burns after using hair removal cream on his pubic area in the hopes of reigniting his sex life. His partner suggested the cream, but within a minute of application, Nate Hill felt intense burning.
Oh, my balls!
And despite immediately washing it off, he endured weeks of blistered, painful skin, ironically resulting in a break from the sex that he wanted until he healed.
Jeez.
And I can imagine what it would be like down there. I told you I used to color my beard.
It burns.
And I started getting an allergic reaction. I mean, it was severely painful.
And at that point, did you ever think I should probably rub this on my junk as well?
For a moment.
Yeah.
For just a moment. But that's not all. The incident also left him with permanent discoloration and patchy hair regrowth.
Now it looks like he has male pattern baldness on his dong.
Hill, who had recently undergone a leg amputation, had tried the cream to address stagnation in his relationship, but the painful aftermath thwarted his plans for intimacy.
No.
That sucks. All right, and then we will do one more, and then we will wrap it up. An 18-year-old woman from North Liberty, Iowa, has been arrested after fabricating a story to avoid her first date. Samaya Thomas called the police, falsely claiming that her date was an abusive ex threatening her with violence. She even falsely claimed that she was pregnant with his child and that he was planning to hurt her. However, when cops arrived, the man proved evidence that he had only met her through a dating app a week earlier. Thomas eventually confessed to making the false report because she got nervous about the date, leading to her arrest on multiple charges of filing.
Couldn't be my child because I burned my junk off with some cream.
A false report.
Yeah, wow. How long did she think she'd be able to go on with that?
I don't know. All right, you know what? I got one more.
One more?
A bonus story. There's an outbreak of Empox, the illness formerly known as monkeypox, growing in Ireland. And one man appears to be a major part of it. Of the 229 people diagnosed with Empox, one man has been found to be a major contributor, and he did it by having sex with 75 people in a window of 21 days.
In 21 days, he had sex with 75 people.
Yes, this is according to a new study. A case review has also found that 96.5% of the confirmed Empox infections have been sexually transmitted.
Well, you have to do some serious coordination.
That is a record holder right there.
Yeah.
75 people in 21 days.
Are you even enjoying it at a certain point?
Yeah.
Or are you just going for a number?
It's just work at that.
It's just crazy fun.
At that point, yeah. And there you go.
Give it a shot and see how it feels afterwards.
I'm about 68.
That is what I have in the bizarre file.
You can cut it off now.
All right, Kath, I need a number caller for the secret text word, please.
Oh, 10.
All right, caller number 10, 215-263, WMMR. If you happen to know the secret text word, please give us a call because we've got some goodies over here for you. When we get back, other giveaways with a lesson question. We'll get to trash and music news as well, so stay with us.
I know he has this reputation and all that stuff, but I've never had a moment of weirdness with him. He's just a very pleasant person to be around, and he plays his ass off. You know,
before he was a star, he played in the conference room down the hall in these offices. And I went to see his show that night, and one of his strings broke during the performance. He tuned the guitar to itself and kept it. He didn't miss a beat. And right then, I knew this guy had it, and I was so impressed by his ability.
I'll tell you when I knew he had it was one day when he was just joined the band, and I had gotten him into this droning things, feeding back, you know, getting a little crazy. And so during the drums and bass part, he got down on his knee and he put the guitar into the speaker and he started feeding back. And I was looking at him and I was saying, oh, okay. So I walked around to the front of the speaker, sat down right next to him, and I had on one hand I had what do you call it, lighter fluid.
Yeah.
And the other hand I had a Bic.
Okay.
And so he looked at me, I looked at him, and I said, I went like that. And for a minute, I thought he was
going to do it.
You know, and then so he took it. He did take it while he was feeding back, and he put the he put the Bic on his amplifier, and he took the lighter fluid and used it as a slide. And so he played. He didn't go full Hendrix. And I said, John, you were going to do it, weren't you? And he said, you know, I was really thinking about it, but the guy who makes my guitar is in the audience. I couldn't do it. He almost lit his guitar on fire. So I knew right then he was okay.
Wow. I was wondering if you had watched the Grateful Dead documentary that was on Amazon and what your thoughts were.
No.
It was very in depth.
Oh God, it was just awful. I just did not like it.
You didn't care for it.
It was just a one-sided affair. It was not for me, and it really didn't show the Grateful Dead in its totality. It was more like a Jerry, you know, whatever that is, memorial thing or whatever. He was trying to do, but it wasn't really. It didn't have the heart of the Grateful Dead.
Okay.
That's for sure.
There's been a lot done about it.
They made me watch. Oh, I watched it once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to say I didn't like it. But that's it. I didn't see it at the premiere. Me and Bob and Bill, we went out and had dinner.
Yeah.
While they showed the movie.
That's funny.
We came back right at the end when they all started to applaud. And we go, okay.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you about some of the things that you do like. I was listening to the concert in Paris, 1974, this morning.
Yeah.
What was it besides the United States? What was your favorite country to play in?
Oh, Jesus, that's a good question. I think that I can't answer that question because they're all good when you play good. You know, every country is the same.
Yeah.
If the music is played well and we have a great time, France is great, England's great, Germany, it's all good if we play well. If we don't play well, the city sucks.
This place,
we blame it on the city.
Blame it on the city.
Of course.
Franklin Port.
I also, as a fan, there's an ebb and flow to the way I listen to your music, and so recently I flowed back to. I guess I ebbed back to. I ebbed back to studio albums. Do you? I don't know if you ever listen to your own music.
No.
But do you have a favorite studio album?
Yeah, I would have to say it would be, it was half studio and half live. It was called Anthem of the Sun. I think it was our second record, back in 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was probably my favorite. American Beauty, Working Man's Dead. They were nice, fuzzy, warm.
See, my first album I ever bought was Mars Hotel, so I automatically go back to that one. And Unbroken Chain. And
we were never very good in the studio. We never could cage the animal in the studio.
When did you realize that? It seemed to be early on.
Yeah, well, we thought we could make. No one knew how to make a record. But I mean, we didn't know how to make anything. We were just musicians at the time, and we weren't really savvy on the studio. No one had a studio.
Right.
Now I have a studio. Everybody has a studio. So we just weren't producible. There was too much anarchy.
Right.
In the band. Too many people wanting to do. They had strong opinions of it. So, and we never really liked it in the studio with the four walls. It was too captivating. We were like a captive in the studio. And we never really made a great record.
You guys had a pop explosion in the late 80s when you hit with Touch of Grey and Hell in a Bucket, In the Dark. Was that fun? Was that cool? Was it neat seeing a whole bunch of people who maybe had not been turned on? You always had legions of loyal fans, but here all of a sudden, boom, you had fresh music. And the tour was gigantic. Was it fun?
Oh, yeah, it was fun, but it wasn't quite like that.
Okay.
What happened was we were already playing stadiums at the time. That was in 87.
Yeah.
So instead of playing 1 or 2 days at the stadium, we're playing 3 days at the stadium.
Yeah.
So it really didn't affect us much. We just
You guys were touring sold-out shows anyway.
We didn't feel it, which we were playing stadiums.
Yeah, but you know what? I
was
found
more
out about you guys
incremental.
because of the Touch of Grey. There was a music video. I was young at the time, so so you guys had a music video, so you were totally reaching an audience. That,
we never did the videos or anything. We never did a single. So we weren't really part of the music industry. We never played that game, and. If we lived by the single, we would die by the single. If we didn't have a hit.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember becoming aware of the Grateful Dead, through the iconic artwork that was associated with the band.
Yep.
What's that about? What's that about? So that predates, obviously, videos, but still, a visual medium brought me into the awareness of the music, which is very cool.
Exactly. It mirrored the music. In the old days, how that started was these artists would come to the shows, and we were all getting high, and psychoactive drugs, taking acid and whatever. And these were physical representations of what the music sounded like. They would go home and they would start painting, and they're still high, and that's what these things were representing. They were representing the music.
How were you vetting that, or was it just sort of if you want to do it, do it, or would you guys kind of consciously say, I don't like that, doesn't represent our band right, or was it just an open source?
Well, luckily in our case, the people would come up with these incredible,
iconic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we just had to choose between the good stuff. I mean, it was so much good around. A lot of people went home and just did it, and it was uncommissioned.
Yeah,
they just went out and said, "This has to be done."
Wow.
And so then all of a sudden we looked at them, we go, "That's us." And they go, okay, cool.
That's cool.
That's it.
Let me ask you with the art and your painting. I mean, did people automatically take to it? Were you afraid you were going to get here's a musician trying to be a painter sort of deal?
I'm not afraid.
Yeah. So what was that jump like, and how well were you received initially? Because I mean, honestly, we were looking at the stuff. It's pretty amazing looking.
There it is.
Yeah. So what was that initially like?
Well, I didn't think of it as it's art.
It is art.
Came out. It's
right.
You follow the muse. I mean, you're an artist. The thing that turns you on, makes you do things artistically. And first time I did it, I walked into the house and my daughter looked at it and she said, Dad, this got legs.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Legs. She liked it.
Yeah.
And so if my daughter liked it, and she doesn't like much.
Does she like the Dead? Does she like
that?
Okay.
So I said, okay. I'll paint. If you like it, I'll paint it.
You can take a look for yourself and see Mickey Hart's work. It's called Vibrational Expressionism, The Art of Mickey Hart. And Sunday, back out this way, King of Prussia. noon to 2. Is there a spot where we can go to get all this information, a website or anything, you guys?
I just want to meet the King of Prussia.
Yes, we all do.
And I want to see Mrs. Prussia.
Sure.
Mr. Prussia. And all of the little Prussias.
All the Prussians. Yeah.
I'm actually Mrs. Prussia.
She is.
Yeah.
She shops there all the time.
I heard that she cooks.
Oh,
You heard wrong.
have heard wrong, sir.
Wrong, Mrs. Prussia.
She makes reservations. Yeah.
I can make a mean reservation.
She makes a mean reservation.
She makes a mean Romanoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give some love to the one and only Mr. Mickey Hart.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by. There's something you and your spouse you will never
Don't discuss.
ever agree on ever.
And that's not a hole in the relationship.
Right.
That's just smart. You just don't agree on some things. That's totally fine. If it's an agitation, there's an entire rest of your lives.
And
the trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
And it's brought to you by the Franklin Institute. The Art of the Brick, the world's largest display of Lego art, is now open at the Franklin Institute. After the exhibit, make sure you explore the 9,000 square foot brick play space. And you can get your tickets today for the Art of the Brick at fi.edu. What's up this morning, Steve?
Well, full out for Diddy over sexual assault allegations, with the city of Miami revoking a proclamation of Sean Diddy Combs Day. And as if to rub salt on the wound, the date will now revert to the original We Love Harvey Weinstein Day.
Oh, my God.
Chicago Med cast member Dominic Raines departing the series after 5 seasons of playing Dr. Crockett Marcel. Raines says he's been having a tough time dealing with the fame because at this point, he really expected to have some. And finally, Flavor Flav and Red Lobster are introducing a new menu category featuring Flav's favorite seafood dishes. From what we understand, the new category will be called Public Anemone. And that's your Hollywood Trash.
All righty. We will see if we do indeed get a winner this morning. And what does Kathy do to get close talkers and over-aggressive handshakers away from her? We will go to Dennis, see if he knows the answer. Hey, Dennis, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Dennis, what does Kathy do to get rid of close talkers, please?
She turns and bends over and farts.
And farts, yes, exactly. Like Colt 45 works every time.
My suggestion.
Yeah. All right, hang on the line, bud. We are going to set you up. You got tickets to NASCAR's Great American Getaway 400 Pocono Raceway, Sunday, July 14th. NASCAR weekend returns Pocono Raceway, and that is July 12th through the 14th. Tickets at PoconoRaceway.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
What is that? Just a couple of stories for you from the world of music news, and this is unfortunate to hear. Hart singer Ann Wilson has revealed she has cancer. The musician, who is 74, announced her health battle in an emotional Instagram post yesterday, detailing how she will undergo chemotherapy after having surgery. The post read, "Dear friends, I recently underwent an operation to remove something that, as it turns out, was cancerous. The operation was successful, and I'm feeling great, but my doctors are now advising me to undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I've decided to do it." She said doctors had advised her to take the rest of the year away from the stage in order to fully recover, canceling Hart's planned Royal Flush tour alongside Cheap Trick, which was slated to begin on July 30th.
And this was a long-awaited tour because of the reunion was fairly recent.
Yeah, to the ticket buyers, she said, "I really do wish that we could do these gigs. Please know that I absolutely plan to be back on the stage in 2025. My team is getting those details sorted, and we'll let you know the plan as soon as we can. Please know that I absolutely plan to be back on stage in 2025. She said, "This is merely a pause. I've much more to sing. Love, Ann Wilson, respectively. This is the last public statement that I'd like to make on the matter." She did not reveal what type of cancer she's battling. She and her sister Nancy previously canceled a series of concerts in June and July in Europe due to medical concerns. I wonder if it's tied to this.
It probably is, yeah.
They said Anne had to undergo a time-sensitive routine medical procedure that required at least 6 weeks of recovery.
I know it's last minute, but with the tour dates open, would this be the time for an Image reunion tour?
Get the Image back together.
That'd be cool.
I'll call the fellas. See what we can find out.
Could you imagine if you did?
Oh, dear God, no.
What are you, nuts?
One last little thing. Melissa Etheridge, famously went to late rocker David Crosby when she needed a sperm donor, and it seems she wasn't the only one. Crosby is the donor and bio father of 2 of Etheridge's kids, daughter Bailey and late son Beckett. But he's also helped other families expand. She had said, Etheridge said, we're still finding kids from David Crosby out in the world. She said, my daughter's like, I have another half-sister. How many half-siblings? Etheridge either doesn't know or isn't saying. But apparently, he was spreading his seed
Very
all over the
prolific.
place.
The word was someone had visited his house and he had literally buckets of semen ready just in case.
Oh, just in case you needed some?
Just in case. With a ladle.
Through the window.
Exactly.
All right. And then that's it in music news, but I do want to remind you that we have the Preston and Steve Day Off at Dorney word for you to enter. The word is fun, by the way. And how you enter this, we're not going to send you to PrestonandSteve.com or WMMR.com because we've been having technical issues with the links to that. So you have to go to our social channels, Facebook, Instagram, X, and we will give you today's link. And then you put the word fun in there, F-U-N, and you'll be in the running for a 4-pack of tickets to join us for the live broadcast Day Off at Dorney. A week from tomorrow, mind you, we're headed to Dorney Park, and winners get free admission for the day, free parking, early entrance to enjoy the rides that are open early, including the brand new coaster, Iron Menace. So make sure that you do that now. The word is fun. Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom for the fun of it. All right, we have one more break to take. When we come back, we will give away our Word of the Week prize, so don't miss it. We'll return shortly.
Yeah, you know what, my wife and I don't
Whether
think,
Hulk could beat Hulkbuster.
I don't think we'll ever agree on is which way the toilet paper goes on the roll.
Yeah.
And
or whether or not you should use it.
No. We both agree that you should use it, but I put toilet paper on the right way and she doesn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah.
Top down?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes over.
Does it matter?
You don't pull-
It does matter to you guys?
No
You
doubt.
know what? Consider
care.
this.
No,
You're bowling it up and jamming it in your butt.
It comes off of the toilet paper roll easier.
There
For
you
some
go.
perspective,
There you go.
Mr. Morrison.
Aesthetically.
By the way, did you guys see my notes in the bathroom this morning?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, is it still out of toilet paper?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that
Dude,
the
it was
other
out
day.
of toilet paper yesterday.
Did you do that last week?
No.
Because
I did it this
someone
morning.
had the courtesy to put up on the door.
Yeah.
Out of TP, so I went to another bathroom.
Can you fill me in here?
I saw that. So we were out of toilet paper, and
In the men's room?
In the men's room. So this morning I went in there and I did my business. It was a flashback to Casey when you caught me with my pants down in there.
Did you have to move stalls?
I did it. I moved over to the second stall, and Kathy was out in the second stall.
Did you have to use regular?
Fortunately, it wasn't so messy that I could pull my underwear
use your
up.
shirt.
And I walked in. I used my shirt.
So I with the sink.
No, I got some paper
Ass
towels.
gaskets.
Paper towels.
You had to use paper towels?
Yeah, but I
wet them.
I moistened them, so it didn't rip.
The man played it right.
And so anyhow, what I did after that is I happened to have my highlighter on me.
You put that in your butt?
No.
What is that?
I got 2 pieces of paper towel, and I wrote no PTP.
Yeah.
And set it over the toilet paper dispenser.
Awesome. Because if you go in and you see that, and you don't want someone to replicate your horrible situation. Someone actually stuck a note on the door going in last week, and I appreciate them doing that.
Fortunately, everything was a clean movement this morning. It wasn't mushy.
It was like a good cellist person has a clean movement.
Yeah.
So anyhow, not every argument has a resolution.
Exactly. Getting back to the core issue.
When you start to hit these sub-freezing temperatures, anything below 32 degrees, and then when you get down into teens and the freezing happens even faster, there's all kinds of things that you can do with the weather.
You can play with the weather.
You can play with the weather.
So one of the downside is, of course, the needless loss of life. The plus side is you can do stupid stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we decided we'd try an experiment or two while we have these conditions.
So what's the boiling water thing?
It is very cool.
So here's what you do. And this is a few years ago. This little thing started to happen and pop up. If you take a pot of boiling water, when the temperature gets well below freezing, if you go outside, Kathy, and you throw it up in the air, it turns into snow. Like immediately.
Like
Okay.
like
Why
a
boiling water and not cold
Yeah, why
water?
doesn't
Yeah.
cold
because
water work?
it gets out. I guess because of the heat shift. Can we get our physicist back on the line?
I don't know.
right?
I'm not sure. I didn't research it, to be honest, but there's a reason for it. So.
Yeah, and I watched a video the other day of a guy in Minnesota, and I think it was below zero where he was, and he had peed outside, and there was steam coming out.
Yes, that does happen.
Like just flat out.
In fact, maybe we'll have Nick take a dump and see what happens.
I don't know. Nick, you got one cooking?
Yeah, man. I'll do whatever you guys want.
Really?
Nick looks very uncomfortable, but Nick, should we just right out of the gate do the hot water?
I'm going to take the lid off. Max, you're going to toss it. Try not to toss it in my face. Okay.
No, wait, Nick. Before you do it, I would step away from Callie and step away a further. Step out to the lot.
Yeah, all right. So Max is going to throw it into the lot, but I'll take the lid off because Max has both hands on the pot itself, boiling water. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready, man.
Makes sense.
All right,
We'll watch the video. Nick is going to give the description.
2, 1. Here we go. Took the lid off. Max tosses it in there. Oh my God! Now, not all of it turned into snow, but a decent amount of it did. Also, a decent amount immediately turned into steam.
And it's so windy that it went 50 yards away in the blink of an eye.
It was down the parking lot. Though
gone.
We did get instant snow.
Yeah.
But the wind is whipping so much that by the time Nick was done talking, it was already half a parking lot away.
It was gone.
Two things also happened. Max's foot was burnt, and the pot of water is now empty.
Oh.
All right, so let's see Callie's hair now. I don't want her to weld to the.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they poured more water on it, Steve.
Well, we don't want her to freeze to the thing, right?
She's still not laying down.
At this point, I'll take it.
Well,
anything.
Yeah, I mean, her hair is frozen solid, guys.
All right.
It's not sticking up like we saw in some of those hot tub photos.
Yeah.
Where people, but I mean, like it's coated with hairspray and it is completely frozen solid.
All right, because she's got very thick hair, so to get that sucker to freeze up the way we want it to would be a lot of work. But you can see the tips; it looks like icicles.
Wow. Okay, so we've learned that water
freezes in cold.
Freezes in cold temperatures.
Yeah.
All right.
And that if someone's hair is wet with that same type of water, it will freeze in cold temperatures. Then we're looking at Callie here. I just don't want her to freeze to the. Make sure she moves a little bit.
Yeah, we can. How long has she been out there? Anybody know?
She's going to look like Wendy O. Williams. What was that?
About 5 minutes.
The punk rocker?
Yeah, about 5 minutes?
Yeah. All right.
Can she move her head so we can see if it's frozen?
There we go.
Yeah. All right, we have frozen hair.
Yeah.
It's sticking straight out.
No, that's cool. We got it.
All right.
It actually looks like, what does that look? It looks like the when Maleficent turned the forest dead.
Yes. Oh, like all those branches.
Tree
and
branches,
stuff?
yeah.
Yeah, it does look like that. Bill calling us?
Yeah.
Okay, Bill's calling us.
Bill's not wearing gloves.
Hang on, let me go to him.
Did he come in on his motorcycle?
No, he is. He just took one glove.
Why does he have a chafing dish?
There's no way he came in on his motorcycle. Bill Weston, Man About Town, are you there?
Good morning, my warm southern friend.
Hey. So, first of all, what do you have in the crook of your arm there? Are those peppermints?
They're peppermints that my wife went to Costco and got like the 30-gallon size.
Yeah.
Realized that she only needed a dozen for her candy dish. And she said, well, why don't you take the rest into work? I said, that's really economically wise.
All right, fair enough. And so what did you want to, you wanted to jump in on this frozen hair thing, I guess, huh?
Well, first I see an intern out here freezing her tail off and with no hat on.
Yeah.
You know, your mother always said, don't leave the house without your hat and gloves.
Yeah.
And zip up your coat. And so I said, I hope you get extra credit for your internship program for this. She says, no, there's no credit for this. So, Marissa, we need to have a little chat.
Well, Bill, can you just actually go over and just have her raise her head? Because I think her hair's probably properly frozen now.
Yeah, let's check on the hair.
Hold on just a second.
All right.
All right.
We just don't want her to freeze to this building.
Oh, yeah. We've got some nice...
All right, that's cool.
That's it.
She's good.
It's frozen solid.
Have her come in.
And it's rigid. It's sticking straight out.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, how long are your pubes?
Oh, Jesus.
That's my second question. When Casey asked if they were gray.
Casey asked if they were gray.
Hey, Bill, you can tell her to come in, Bill.
Yeah, you guys can come in. We want to see this.
Hold on, Marissa has something. Marissa?
Just want to say this is Callie's last week, so this is like her last
There you go. We love Callie.
Yeah.
go.
All right.
Don't want to get me in trouble.
All right, Bill, you and Callie can come inside. A Volvo that was owned by David Bowie was auctioned off for approximately $218,000 in Switzerland. His Volvo 262C was one of the last of that line produced in 1981, and it was delivered to his Swiss home in June of that year. The car was initially registered under Bowie's own name, David Robert Jones, before transferring over to the record company Bellway Brothers.
This is the beginning of Philly Loves Bowie Week is today.
Didn't he do a commercial for the Chili Dogs place?
No, that was Cinderella.
Cinderella. Yeah. Pat's Chili Dogs.
Chili Dogs.
Ground control to chili dogs. Hi, I'm David Bowie with a passionate message about...
Gates. 10:29 in the Preston and Steve Show. Coming to a close on this Wednesday morning as we wrap before a holiday weekend. And an enjoyable day, by the way. If you missed it earlier, we revealed the finals, the two finals against each other in the Jersey Shore 64. So it's going to be the Cape May Zoo against Maury's Piers, which is it's a cool matchup.
Yeah.
And Pierre Robert is going to have a very awesome place to broadcast from no matter who wins in that one.
When I think of the potential places he could have been at, cool, but maybe not conducive to a live broadcast.
Yeah,
these both
especially
are perfect.
with multitudes of things to experience
while
he is there. So the voting is up and running. It goes now through next Wednesday at 6 a.m., and then we will reveal the champion when it's all done. And you have a chance to actually win $500 if you vote. So you can go to WMMR.com and take care of that now. And the Jersey Shore 64 is powered by DHY Motorsports. So I think it's really cool that, he could end up being in either one of those spots. So, but thank you to everybody who's been a part of that so far. We have in our studio Jackie Bam Bam.
Hey!
What's up, bud?
I didn't know if I was going to make it. Everybody's arriving in Philadelphia today, but I made it.
You made it?
Yep. And I want to get closer to Yo Romano. I don't close talk, I hug. Get over here, Romano.
I implemented my technique to keep him at a good distance.
I hugged you yesterday. Did you tell everybody?
Did you?
Yeah, and I pulled your hair and I said, Yo Romano.
What?
Did that happen?
You forgot already?
You pulled my hair and hugged me? What do you... I don't think
I was
happened.
dreaming. I'm sorry.
I think you were.
It had to be a dream.
Jackie is a close talker.
Yeah.
I am. I'm Italian. I hug. I spit all over you. Yeah.
That's part of the deal. Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
I am too.
Well, we need some... and you don't
also
do that.
Italian.
I am too, and I don't do any of that. It's disgusting.
All right, Jackie, we need the letter of the day. You ready, man?
I got it for
All right,
you.
here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter.
The letter Y as in yummy.
OMG.
No, why?
He's rubbing himself. All right, we'll take caller number 7, 215-263 WMMR. If you know the word of the week, we got a word of the week prize. Is over here for you. You seem in rare form today, Jackie. Something's good about today, right?
Willie's tomorrow. Today, we're going to just do it. Yeah, I'm red, white, and blue. I got Eagles, Vikings tickets. I was telling Casey off air. It's all good.
Excellent. So what's happening on the program today?
Workforce blocks. We all know Willie's coming to town tomorrow. Yep, July 4th. Family and friends will do a workforce blocks. Hit Dylan, hit Robert Plant, Mavis Staples. Of course, we'll put the P in the patriotic songs with Philadelphia. Jim Morrison and Brian Jones joined the 27 Club. We'll talk about that. Doors, Stones, Prize Coffin as my last pair of Daryl Hall and Elvis Costello with Charlie Sexton tickets.
So you're going to be at that concert on the 4th, right?
I am.
Willie Nelson and who else is on the bill?
Robert Plant,
yes.
Bob Dylan, Mavis Staples.
Wow.
It starts at like 1 in the afternoon. So
Okay.
That's a hell of a bill.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. They got everyone on that one ticket is a lot.
I mean, if I'm backstage, what am I going to say to Bob Dylan, Robert Plant? Oh, hi, guys.
Yeah.
I wonder what Bob Dylan's interaction with you, with a Jackie Bam
it's
Bam.
a kind of a scary looking monster.
Bob's been pulling out like all the 50s stuff, and I'm digging the set list. Of course, you'll hear a hit, and you'll be like, is this the song I know? Total different arrangement, we all know.
That's what he does.
But, it's going to be a great day.
My guess is he'll stay closer to the way we... In his own concert, he takes those flights of fancy all the time. But I think in something like this, I think he's going to remain closer to the original.
Stay true to the standards.
Does that make sense?
It could happen.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Either
I
way.
wonder if the fireworks displays will be happening during the concert or not.
That's a good point because it's right across the river.
That's what I was going to say. Turn around, look at the river. Yeah. We'll get it all.
Excellent. All right, well, let's see if somebody knows the word of the week. We were looking for caller number 7, and that is Kyle. Hey, Kyle, good morning.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Yo, Kyle, we're looking for that word of the week. Do you know what it is?
Lay.
Great day in the morning.
That is correct, Kyle. Kyle, we're going to give you this VIP hookup. It's the Peach at the Beach, hosted by our very own Pierre Robert. It's going to be Saturday, July 13th at the Island Water Park at Showboat Resort in Atlantic City. And it features Grateful Dead and Allman Brothers tribute bands, but also you get access to the water park for the day, the main concert area, the Paradise Adult Island with the swim-up bar.
Wow.
Meal vouchers and a VIP viewing area as well. So you're taken care of, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right, hang up, Bub. We'll get you info. And don't forget, tickets and info available at thepeachmusicfestival.com. And before we break, what's everybody doing? Nick is driving across part of the country.
Yeah, I'll be in Chicago tomorrow, Cleveland tonight, and then figuring out where I'm going from there. But I'll be back on Tuesday, like everybody else.
Yeah. What do you got going on, Steve?
Just relaxing.
hanging?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Just taking the time off. Yeah.
I'm going to sleep and relax.
Sleep and relax. That sounds awesome. Casey and I will be living the shore life.
Yeah.
And then Marissa, what's your big plan for holiday weekend?
Kesha tonight in AC.
Kesha! Where's she playing?
She's playing at the Hard Rock Casino.
Oh, my
so
God.
I'm going there with some friends and then shore life for the rest of the weekend.
Enjoy.
All right.
Enjoy.
Nice.
All right, everybody, please be safe and everything. I do want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. President Steve Show brought to you today by Dunkin'. The President Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. And also brought to you by Acme Market. Summer is here, and from city to shore, Acme's got everything you're going to need for this summer season. Shop in-store, delivery, or drive up. Download the app today, and you can start shopping Acme, your store from city to shore. Next week on the program, we will be doing the Day Off at Dorney.
Yes.
The live broadcast 1 week from tomorrow, which we're excited about. Our good friend, composer Michael Giacchino will be joining us as well. Do some catch up with Michael. Jim Jackson, Flyers play-by-play man, and more next week. So rage on, have yourself a great, safe holiday season, and we will see you later, gang. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.